National Football League. Already has thrown for 3,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, and he loves to throw to John Jefferson, number 83. But don't think that's the only weapon as a receiver. There is the extraordinary second-year tight end, number 80, Kellen Winslow. But tonight, San Diego must operate against the extraordinary Schuler-developed rookie David Woodley, number 16 from Louisiana State University, who brings an attack an extra dimension because he can scramble in the manner of Francis Tarkenton, and he can throw too. Witness this throw to Tony Nathan in the crushing 35-14 upset of the Rams. So tonight, a critical game for both teams. What a matchup. The Chargers against the Dolphins.
Football here in Miami. You're looking at a live shot of the Orange Bowl, the home of the Miami Dolphins, where tonight they expect their largest crowd of the season.
Yes, Frank, you're right. The biggest crowd yet this year here for the Miami Dolphins. The standings tell you the importance of the game. The AFC East. Miami must win tonight and every remaining game to keep its playoff hopes alive. Can they do it? Meantime, in the AFC West, that terribly tough division, San Diego must win tonight to stay abreast of the Oakland Raiders, who lead them now by a game, would lead by only a half game should the Chargers win tonight. Meantime, San Diego under a handicap. Their chartered jet hydraulic problem last night. They didn't even get here till 2 in the morning, didn't get to bed till 3. We'll see what impact that has. For more on San Diego, the Gipper.
And anyone who follows this game knows that San Diego features the passing attack. One of the reasons why, or three of them, of course, they're wide receivers. The other, of course, their gifted quarterback, Dan Fouts. Winslow leads the AFC with receptions. Jefferson is in second place in the AFC, and Charlie Joyner third. This is their combination. It has been incredible. 21 touchdowns, over 2,700 yards between them. The pass they use occasionally. The run they use frequently. Francis, this young man is on the spot tonight.
He is, and that young man is David Woodley, and he'll quarterback the Dolphins. They're depending on him to lead them into the playoffs. 1 year ago, he was down at LSU sharing the time with Steve Ensminger and playing only half the game there. But he was drafted in the 8th round by the Dolphins. They think he can do it. This afternoon, we talked to David Woodley about his career. What has been your toughest adjustment?
Well, I guess dropping back in the pocket has been tough, and staying there, which is even tougher, because at LSU, basically we were a roll-out, sprint-out type of team, and we had very little drop-back passing, and just to drop back and read the defenses and then stay in the pocket when you feel pressure when there really isn't that much pressure, and that's been a tough situation.
Do you ever change any of Schuler's plays that he sends in?
No, Lord, you don't change Coach Schuler's plays. You just, if you feel it's a bad play, you just stick with it and hope something good comes out of it.
David Woodley, the youthful quarterback who is directing the Miami Dolphins. Bob Greasy, by the way, was placed on the injured reserve only yesterday. He could possibly come back for the final game of the season. The 4 weeks, of course, allotted for injured reserve. Set to kick off the San Diego Chargers. Again, San Diego looking for a win tonight to stay within a half game of Oakland in the AFC Western Division. Of course, Miami, as we look at Don Besselou dropping deep. Miami, well, they have to hope that they're going to get help. They're 6-5 on the season, as we told you. And, of course, a win tonight, and they could move to within a game and a half of Buffalo. And, of course, also, New England is ahead of them. Baltimore, at the moment, 6 and 5. Set to go. Ralph Benushka will kick. Benushka hits it high, and Vesely takes it at the 5-yard line. And Vesely finds an opening on the left side, and he's out over the 40-yard line. The crowd roaring their approval. They're fired up down here in Miami. Jerome Dove made the stop, and let's take a look at the offensive unit. It will change considerably. Tony Nathan, a very gifted, versatile athlete, will open at halfback, but we'll see a lot of Del Williams tonight. The wide receivers, Cephalo filling in for an injured Duriel Harris, and we'll see 3 tight ends often tonight in the Miami attack. There it is, the offensive line that Don Shula would like to have had together at the beginning of the season. They came together some 3 weeks ago, and they have been improving markedly over the past 3 weeks. David Woodley directing the attack. Tony Nathan, right side, gets a block, stays on his feet. And Nathan out to the 48-yard line where he picks up a quick 6 yards. Let's meet the defensive unit. They play out of a 4-3. And the man to watch there is Gary Johnson, a right tackle. He leads the NFL in quarterback sacks. The linebackers, good on the pass drop. Bob Horn, steady in the middle. And the cornerback, Mike Williams, out on the left side, number 29, one of the best in the business, and number 28, Willie Buchanan, also tops at his trade. Defensively, the Chargers, 3rd in the AFC after 11 games. They're best against the pass, weaker against the run. 2nd down and 4. Ball at the 48-yard line. Woodley will put it in the air. Woodley fires out to Terry Robisky. And Robisky is close to a 1st down over midfield into Charger territory.
And we just saw what David Woodley must do tonight against probably the best pass rush in front 4 in football today. He's going to have to keep the defensive line off balance. He's going to have to use the rollout, the quick rhythm passes. Good call by Shula, good execution by Woodley.
And apparently we will not see the measurement. The ball determined by referee Gene Barth not to be close enough to call for the measurement. And pacing the sidelines, one of the greatest who's ever coached this game, Don Shula, and he's calling the plays, Howard.
I really think this is his greatest year. Not a year that he will win the Super Bowl, doubtless. Not a year when he's had the great record, but with a paucity of manpower compared with the great teams of the early 70s when he had the people, he has made this a winning team. Witness the 35-14 victory over the Rams.
Miami brings up the offensive unit, less than a yard to go for the first, 3rd down. This is Del Williams, and Del Williams piled up at the line of scrimmage, and again the 1st down, dependent upon how they mark it. Nope, it is 1st down Miami, and again, enthusiastic crowd here in the Orange Bowl tonight. Del Williams, of course, exploded a couple of weeks ago against the Los Angeles Rams, 151 yards, and of course that Ram defense, you just don't go out and knock off 151 yards every day.
But isn't it interesting that Delvin Williams does not start anymore? They start Nathan, but already they got Delvin Williams in the game.
Again, as we go more and more towards specialized situations, personnel on specialized situations. Williams stays in on 1st and 10. Ball right at the 48-yard line. Woodley rolling out and finds Robisky, and Robisky is down around the 41-yard line.
Frank, just what Fran said. The safe, controlled rhythm pass on the rollout, the quick pass, pick up decent 1st down yardage. Exactly the way Shula is calling them for David.
You just don't want to get in a situation where your young quarterback gets sacked, gets a long loss. That puts the defense in an advantageous position, and this is good strategy.
2nd down and 4, and as you see, Woodley throwing out of a rollout because he is a gifted runner. Draw play, Del Williams, huge opening. Williams stutter steps at the 30, but a good tackle, and down he goes. Del Williams getting another 1st down. Quickly on the stop was Glenn Edwards for San Diego.
All right, here we are looking back now. Watch Williams take the ball and kind of a quick draw. This is any pass rush in line like this team is, they're vulnerable to a draw play. They're vulnerable to quick traps up the middle. They executed the draw very well.
Fine block, Terry Robisky, number 38, who came to the Dolphins some 6 weeks ago after being released by Oakland. And along with Woodley, they put the spark into this offensive team a few weeks ago against Buffalo. 1st and 10. Ball inside the 31. Del Williams again, following Robisky. The defensive line closing down after a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
That's Grock Hunter.
Yeah, he's a great-looking kid, and he's just as wide-eyed as he can be.
And he's got his head screwed on right. I talked to him this afternoon, and he said, you know, I understand that they love me now, but I know the role of the quarterback. There's going to be times when I lose and don't play well, and they'll boo me just like they have every quarterback that's ever played. It's good that he understands that at the tender young age of 21.
On 2nd down and a long 8, Jimmy Cephalo split to the left out there with number 89, Nat Moore. Again, Duriel Harris will probably not play tonight. He has a pulled hamstring. Play action by Woodley. Pressure, and a flag goes. Woodley will probably see holding, and this play brought back. As Woodley showing the scrambling ability, getting inside the 15, down around the 13, and it'll be brought back.
That's the point. Let them bring it back, but you've had a quick evidence, as you see the holding sign, of what makes this kid so valuable, that extra dimension that the man sitting on my right had all throughout his playing years.
Well, what that does, it creates some doubt in the defensive lineman. They get a good pass rush. He runs out of their grasp. That will slow down the pass rush. They'll not be as aggressive.
Number 79 offense, holding, still 2nd down.
John Giesler holding on the left side. And you can understand why, but you can also understand that San Diego leads the entire NFL in quarterback sacks. So we might get a few holding calls tonight. As you can see, just an absolutely perfect night for football. The humidity way down, temperature at 68 at kickoff. 2nd down, 18. 3 wide receivers as Elmer Bailey, a rookie from Minnesota, comes in. Tony Nathan, single setback. Nat Moore in motion. He almost got in trouble. Woodley, strong arms it for Cephalo. And we will get a pass interference call, I believe, against Jerome Dove of San Diego. Cephalo had his man beaten. Woodley, strong arm, Fred. He just whipped that with his wrist.
Yeah, he really does have a strong arm. And Dove was beaten clearly there. I think it was a good call. We'll see it. We'll see the isolated camera here on the receiver Cephalo running against number 48 Jerome Dove. It's what they call in the business a fly pattern. He'll come down the field, make an inside move, but we're not going to see it. But there's a pass interference. All right, here's the end of the play. You'll see him. He's really kind of face guarding here. He does hit him before the ball gets there.
He did everything.
He did everything. The fifth was right on it. Then he made a good call, and the Miami Dolphins are threatening here on the 1-yard line. And this might surprise some people out west.
1st and goal, the Dolphins. Using a little more than 3.5 minutes on this drive, taking the opening kickoff. He's in there. Woodley carries it in himself. A flag is down. And we're going to get, I believe, illegal motion. It'll work against the Dolphins. Don Shula, again, as we told you, he calls the plays into his young quarterback, signaling them in. And I was talking to his wife, Dorothy, earlier, and she said that he has never got into football quite like he has this year, calling the plays.
Well, because
Illegal motion, 84 offense, still 1st down.
he is back to where he was in the beginning when he was coaching at Baltimore. He has the chance to develop a team, and when he had all those great players, he made the most of them, but now he can mold players, and he feels young again, and he loves it. He can take Hisn and beat Yoren, and he can take Yoren and beat Hisn, to quote Bum Phillips.
Good old Bum.
A drive penalty against Bruce Hardy, and the ball is moved out to the 7-yard line. Down remains the same. 1st down. Woodley quickly firing the slam, incomplete. Intended there for Cephalo. Cephalo covered by Willie Buchanan out there.
A word about this kid Cephalo as you look at him. The great wide receiver from Penn State. And I use the word great advisedly. He's been waiting a couple of years for a shot. And now that Duriel Harris is hurt, he expects to make good on the shot. But certainly he has the capacity. He's got great speed. He's got great change of speed. He's got great hands. So he has all the credentials.
Intellect also wrote a book about high school recruiting. Jimmy Cephalo. On 2nd down, straight ahead, Fiske behind Bob Kuchenberg and Mark Sinners.
What a good call. In that situation, it's 2nd and 5 on the inside the 10-yard line. They got to be in a pass rush situation. Shula called a trap play up the middle. A brilliant call, well executed. They caught San Diego, and the defense, they want to watch here right up the middle. A quick trap. There's the trap on 55. Bob Horn. It's no contest. Robisky's in the end zone.
That stand-up block on Horn by Bob Kuchenberg, the veteran guard from Notre Dame. Been around 11 years. Back where he belongs, playing guard. He's had to shuffle all over the place in recent years. Uwe von Schaman for the conversion. On count, hoping to draw the prizes out. Not necessary. To the uprights, von Schaman. And the Miami Dolphins have a 7-0 lead. And they used up nearly 4 minutes. We'll be back in a moment. Terry Robisky roaring in on a terrific call from Don Shula on the sideline. San Diego had to be thinking pass, as Fran mentioned. Little fold block. Kuchenberg with a tremendous block on the middle linebacker, Bob Horn. 6 points, Miami. And they are really fired up, this Miami Dolphin ball club.
Well, Giff, the thing about the drive, it wasn't that San Diego's defense was so bad. It was a brilliantly called drive by Shula on the sideline, and the Dolphins executed. And they made it look easy.
Von Schaman bangs it. Taken by Mike Fuller at the 8-yard line. And Mike Fuller out over the 25 to the 27-yard line, and we'll see the San Diego offense for the first time this quarter. Dan Fouts, of course, the gifted quarterback, at a tremendous pace, much ahead of his record-breaking yardage pace from a year ago. We'll talk about that further. Mike Thomas is in there as a starting setback. The much-discussed Chuck Muncie has a sore knee. We don't know whether we'll see him at all tonight. And we told you about the 3 wide receivers, Jefferson, Winslow, Joyner, over 2,700 yards between them. That's Winslow, the tight end in motion. Fouts, not fooling around, puts it right in the air, and it's not handled by Kellen Winslow out at the 30-yard line. And defensively, a lot of changes we'll see tonight for Miami. There's the 3-4 that they'll operate into at the beginning of the game. A.J. Dewey, a dangerous man. He's a linebacker now, but he will come on the pass rush many times. Shula, well aware you cannot give Fouts a lot of time to throw the football. If you don't pressure him with the receivers, Jefferson, Joyner, Winslow, he'll absolutely pick you apart. Second down 10. Winslow again in motion. Fouts again to the air. Puts it out and it's complete out there to Mike Thomas. And Mike Thomas, close to the first down, I believe he has it, out at the 38-yard line.
Interesting to look at Mike Thomas because quite apart from being a pass receiver, San Diego, which tried to start developing a running game with the acquisition of Chuck Muncie, had a turn last week against Kansas City to Mike Thomas, who came in and gained over 100 yards for them after Muncie had hurt his knee in the early going.
There he is, of course, great years with the Redskins. Fouts again, first down. We haven't seen the running game. But why, when you have receivers like this, and Kellen Winslow is out close to another first down, Glenn Blackwood is there.
When you said why, Frank, you raised a good point as we take a ground-level look at that quick pass to Winslow.
Here comes Fouts. He's looking the defense off. You see him look to the left. He's going to come right back over the middle of Winslow. A mark of a veteran quarterback.
Now, San Diego broke from the barrier with 4 quick wins. They were 4-0. Then they decided to try to develop a running game. They got Chuck Muncie, who is unquestionably a ball player of great excellence. But ever since they've started to mix up their game, passing with the running, they have lost 4 of their last 6. They're not the same team. So when Frank said, again the pass and why not, that's what he meant.
And you saw the man that thinks nothing but pass, and throughout his entire coaching career, Don Coryell. First and 10. Thomas, left side, turned in, hurt it there defensively, right at the line of scrimmage, and they may mark it with his progress for a gain of 1. Mike Thomas, Howard mentioned the game that he had a week ago. He's coming off knee surgery, but he hurt that knee playing racquetball a year ago. And if he can play back to the years he had, the good years at Washington, he had a 1,000-yard season there in '76. He will be very effective.
Again, the biggest crowd this year at the Orange Bowl.
Second and 9. Jefferson in motion. That'll put him over there with Charlie Joyner. Out of the backfield comes Clarence Williams. He does not hold on at the 45-yard line. Hovering nearby, Gerald Small, the gifted cornerback for the Dolphins. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
One more point that you were trying to make there, Howard, on Muncie. Whenever you bring in a player the caliber of Muncie midway during the season, you've already got a veteran offensive team established, a passing game established. It's very hard to blend him into the offense at that point. If you had him in training camp, it would be easier. Certainly he is a gifted athlete, as you see him there.
3rd and 9. Another wide receiver in, Ron Smith. You can see they leave one setback. They leave Kellen Winslow in, the tight end, but he plays in the wingback spot. Foul. Beautiful shot out to Charlie Joyner. And Joyner dancing inside the 35 to the 33. First down, San Diego.
There is simply no way, Frank, as you know, to overemphasize the excellence of Charlie Joyner, number 18. First and number 2 draft choice for Houston. Look at it again. Out of Grambling College. He is a superb wide receiver, maybe principally because he is so fearless and so precise in the routes he runs. Utterly fearless.
First down, 10. Fouts has not run the football yet. Fires, and it's complete over the middle to Kellen Winslow, and Kellen Winslow another San Diego first down.
Well, the problems they present you, they've got so many receivers to go, so he's using them all. He's got 2 great outside receivers. He's got about as good a tight end as you can have in football. He throws to his backs. He's got a great pass blocking offensive line, and you'll notice that Fouts is taking quick rhythm passes. He's not giving the defense a chance to sack him.
Fouts has put it on the ground once, but his game is air, and you can see it tonight. Winslow in motion, flooding back to the left, trying to isolate receivers. Fires in to the little one, Charlie Joyner, down around the 10-yard line. Say nothing about Joyner. He started his 100th consecutive game, and Howard, you and I know this man is durable. I don't think Fram was with us for the final game of the season last year against Denver. He went right into the locker room twice, and he finally staggered back out, caught a 32-yard touchdown to win the game and win the division for San Diego. This man, Charlie Joyner.
And that was Dan Fouts' best throw of the night. He just barely got it in over the outstretched hands of A.J. Dewey.
First down goal to go. The ball inside the 10. Mike Thomas cuts back inside the 5-yard line. A.J. Dooley in pursuit over there, getting help from a sliding burned-in Herder.
What's interesting about this drive, it seems to me, Fran and Frank, is that it would have been easy to say after Miami poured through San Diego, this team's not up for the game. The forced landing at Oklahoma City caused fatigue and all the rest. Instead, look at them come back with life.
We got us a football game.
Second and goal. Jefferson left, Joyner right. Mike Thomas will try the left side. And a good open field tackle. Hustling up there, Don Besselou, the second-year man out of Georgia Tech, who replaced a great pro back there, Tim Foley, and Besselou is doing a fine job.
Now, this is why you need a running game. And it's hurt San Diego last year, and it's hurt them this year also. Because when you get inside the 6 or 7-yard line, you need to be able to run the ball in. They tried twice, come up with nothing. Now he's got to throw it. There's only 15 yards to work with down and to throw it. And it is tougher.
Jefferson right. Joyner left. Kellen Winslow stays in the lineup. Third and goal. Jefferson in motion. Fouts looking for Winslow. And he finds Williams in the corner. And I'll tell you, absolutely dead solid perfect.
That is some pass that Mr. Fouts threw right there. You just cannot throw it any better. He's brought his team back. He's done what great quarterbacks are supposed to do. He's turned the momentum back around his favor. There he is. Great pass blocking. You see Ed White working in there. He has to throw it perfectly. Wasn't bad coverage. Clarence Williams makes the reception.
That was a great pass.
Yes, it was.
And Frank used a great phrase, dead solid perfect. The title of a Dan Jenkins book for a term usually reserved for golf, but properly used here, Gift.
Bernushka. And Bernushka puts it through, and we got a tie ball game. There'll be no punting tonight, I don't believe. 6:21 remaining in the first quarter. It's tied up. Dan Fouts going the length of the field. He used 4 different receivers and was on target with all of them. The East against the AFC West. San Diego trying to stay within a half game of the Oakland Raiders with the win tonight. And, of course, Miami trying to stay alive in the AFC East.
If in that drive, Dan Fouts, he passed for 67 yards. They only rushed for 6 yards and 73-yard touchdown. Watch this.
Onside kick attempt, or at least a drop by Bernushka. And Miami very alertly, with their special unit, came up with the football. It was number 35. That is Nick Giaquinto, and a much-traveled Nick Giaquinto is filled in fine on this football team.
What was interesting on that play was that 46 Besselou was laterally to Giaquinto, and then a little behind him, and was looking and begging for a lateral pass, and he didn't get it. And had he gotten it, he might have picked up a huge amount of yardage. He was extremely distressed.
The lateral's a lost start. They just picked back up.
Giaquinto out to the 32-yard line. Calculated risk by San Diego. They weren't hurt much by it. Dale Williams with the block from Kitchenberg out front and gets out over the 35 to the 37. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Willie Buchanan on the stop. And here's Clarence Williams, who is a steady, dependable San Diego Charger, really starting for John Cappelletti at fullback. There'll be a penalty on this last play. And it's going to be stepped off against the Chargers. 5-yard penalty.
71 defense, offside, still first down.
Fred Dean dumping offside from right in. We're going to pause 5 seconds and allow our stations to identify themselves. Down at 5. They took the penalty, of course, so the down will remain the same, and it does so. They have the ball at their own 37. Del Williams, a draw play that works so well on their first drive for a touchdown, is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Leroy Jones defensively there. Getting help from Jim Laslovic, who is playing considerable more for the Chargers now. Former great Detroit Lion linebacker. It'll be 2nd down and 5. In case you just joined us, each time, the first time these teams had the football, they move following the kickoff for touchdowns. And we have 5:40. The clock is moving here in the first quarter.
I wouldn't be surprised just to see that rollout again, one way or the other by Woodley.
2nd down, 5. Fred Dean almost jumped off again. Woodley, cool in the pocket, hits Giaquinto, and Giaquinto has the first down. And the young man that tried with the Jets, the Giants, and Ottawa made it with the Dolphins this year on his own request. He was teaching school when he asked for a tryout.
Let's watch Woodley. This is cool. He's got some heat. He's got Kelter coming, and he's got Dean coming. He stays in there, throws a strike to Giaquinto. They pick up the first down. Can you believe, Howard, that 12 quarterbacks were drafted this year ahead of Woodley?
The Goodyear Blimp Enterprise with the pilot, former quarterback of the University of Miami, is Don Plospinet. 1st and 10. The ball inside the 48-yard line. Woodley. And Woodley is smacked, and a flag goes downfield.
And looks like in the defensive secondary, I would imagine we got holding in the defensive secondary, or illegal bump, one or the other.
Laslovic doing the deed to Woodley at the line of scrimmage.
In answer to your query a moment ago, Fran, yes, I would believe that Woodley was drafted that low among quarterbacks. By the way, there's been a subtle change. Let's wait for the call there.
No penalty, quarterback was out of the pocket, no illegal check. 2nd down.
There's been a subtle change in Miami's drafting procedure since Bobby Beathard left here and went to the Washington Redskins. Bobby would find the unsung ones from the small schools. Now Miami is turning, as you know, Frank, to the big schools, Alabama, and so on, and Woodley from LSU. So Woodley was known by the Miami scouting group, and they're very happy with the find. Frank?
Clarification of that. Woodley had rolled out of the pocket. He becomes a runner, so there was no illegal check. Good call by Gene Barth and his crew. 2nd down and 10. Woodley, gets it off. Listen, he's going down. It's complete out there to Cephalo. They'll mark it somewhere around the 40-yard line, short of the first down. But again, David Woodley, the young man we've been speaking of, very cool, very confident, and very athletic.
All you people watching this thing, I don't know whether Woodley's impressing you, but it's impressing the 3 of us up here. He's going to have somebody around, that's Kelcher around his or Dean around his ankle, and he gets the ball off and throws another strike. He is meeting the pressure well.
3rd down, a little more than 2 to go for the first down. Into the short yardage offense in the slot. That's 84 Bruce Hardy. Here comes Del Williams. Del Williams will be short of the first down to the 39. It'll be 4th down and 1. Del Williams getting away from Kelcher and then Leroy Jones, but he couldn't get the needed yardage.
I would not be surprised to see Shula go for it. And I think he is. I think it's the right call, whether he makes it or not.
Here comes Steve Howe. He'll bring the play in. punting team stays on the bench. We've not seen either punter thus far here in the first quarter with 4 minutes remaining. And again, could be a ploy on the part of Shula. We've seen it often in pro football. Long count, hoping to draw an eager defense offside.
Well, the percentage call here is the run, but I would not be surprised to see him roll out and throw.
Del Williams, gaping hole, and Williams nailed their open field tackle quickly by Pete Shaw, but he surges for the first down.
At the very top of the telecast, as Frank identified the Miami offensive line, he made the point this was the line, as you look at Williams' statistics, that Shula would have liked to have had together at the start of the season. The offensive line has been a problem ever since that enormous line of Shula's in the early 70s finally fell prey to age. People like Little and Evans. But now they're together again. They're showing it tonight. Gift.
Up below right, Moore is to the left. 1st and 10. Draw play to the big one, Robisky, and Robisky nailed at the line of scrimmage, getting maybe a yard out of it. It'll be 2nd and 9. And I find something really interesting, Howard, is that Nat Moore is the only starter on this offensive unit playing in the same position at this same time last year. Kuchenberg and Newman are both in there, but they're playing in different spots tonight. That is the problem that Don Shula has had to deal with because of injuries.
But the amazing thing, he's kept them competitive the entire year, and I agree with Howard's statement earlier in the show. This has been his greatest coaching year of many great coaching years.
Nick Giaquinto into 35 in the backfield. 2nd down 9. This is Giaquinto. And Giaquinto breaks the tackle out there of Mike Williams. Gets inside the 35, down around the 33-yard line. Now they're going to mark it back where he was taken by Williams, saying his knee had touched the ground there.
I think that was a good call.
I do too. Now this is a situation that Shula would like not to have. 3rd and 10. His quarterback's got to go back in the pocket. He's got to throw a medium-range pass. He's got to have some time from his offensive line, and he's facing the best defensive pass rush in the league, with apologies maybe to the Chicago Bears.
San Diego does lead the league in quarterback sacks. 3rd and 10. Nat Moore is motioned. And very coolly, Woodley does it again. He's coming out of the backfield, Tony Nathan, and Woodley, he did not see that pass completed. He was buried.
I guarantee you that. He did not see it. That's great concentration by Woodley. You watch him go back. He will get hit as he throws the ball. He stands in there good and straight and strong and throws a strike. And a good catch by Nathan, who can play. Watch what happens to Woodley. Wasn't like this down in LSU. Hello, my name is Fred Dean, and you'll see a lot of Fred Dean tonight.
1st down 10. Inside 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. Woodley fires it incomplete, stopping the clock with 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Even there, the young man was poised because he made sure there would be no intercept. He has the look of a remarkable young athlete, but remember this, he is getting the discipline, the leadership, the coaching of one of the great men in the contemporary game, and that's what helps a quarterback develop, does it not?
Also, that was Woodley's best throw of the night. He didn't complete it because he threw it out of bounds, and that's where he should have thrown it.
Right. 2nd down 10. Suflo, 81 left. Nat Moore, 89 to the right. Woodley in trouble. And with his arm in motion, they are not indicating it was incomplete, so it's going to be San Diego's football. Woodley, powdered by Leroy Jones, fumbles the football, and coming up with it, big number 79, Gary Johnson, who Kraft is having his best year ever with the Chargers.
They don't call them big hands for nothing, Gift.
Watch it here. You'll see Woodley under extreme pressure again. When you get this kind of pass rush, things happen. He's standing in there, he's stepping up in the pocket.
Ouch.
And he gets hit before he gets his arm going.
Leroy Jones, that's his 13th and a half sack thus far in the season. He came into tonight leading the league, and there he is, 5-year man out of Norfolk State in Virginia. We'll be back. Down in 10, the San Diego Chargers have the football once again. The turnover. Gary Johnson recovering the fumble of David Woodley of Miami. Bout still has thrown the ball one time. This time Kellen Winslow does not hold on. And Fran, let's take a look at the problems of Woodley a moment ago.
Here's the play again, all kind of pressure. Fred Dean coming in. Jones coming in from the other side, who makes the sack and caused the fumble. Woodley never saw him, had no chance. And the turnover for the Chargers.
252-pound Gary Johnson. That's smarts. 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Second down and 10. The Chargers at their own 33. Mike Thomas. Draw play. Thomas stays on his feet and hustles out close to the 40, where it'll be third down, and we'll call it 4.
That was a good call. Very hard, by the way, to pass block San Diego out of the play when you've got a pocket quarterback.
Yeah, when you're back in the pocket, you're taking a longer time to throw the ball down the field. It is difficult. You've got to have quick rhythm passes and roll out, which the Dolphins have been doing most of the night. Third and 4. This is a pass down to the Chargers.
And time will run out in the first quarter. San Diego does not choose to get another play off. Dan Fouts trots over to the sidelines to confer with Don Coryell. And we'll be back in the Orange Bowl in a moment. Surrounded by a couple of you-know-what athletes, football players.
And it's a fun way to spend Thursday night.
It is so far, I'll tell you that. It's a good game.
Hope
Let's
you're
get back to
enjoying
it.
7-7 as we begin the second quarter. And again, I'll remind you, San Diego trailing Oakland in the Western Division of the AFC. Oakland with an 8-3 mark. They've been tremendous. San Diego, a win tonight, stays within a half a game of them.
And they will throw.
Miami just trying to stay alive. Third down 4. Fouts. Winslow almost picked off.
Pete Shaw. He had it too. You don't want to drop those times. Good effort, Pete.
Fourth down.
All right, the first quarter stats. First downs almost even. Rushing, advantage to Miami. Passing to San Diego. Possession time, heavily in favor of Miami. So there it is.
Rick Partridge will deliver the first punt of the night. Oh, and he bangs it high. Tony Nathan awaiting at the 15-yard line. And Nathan tripped up at the 25-yard line, out close to the 26-yard line. 45-yard punt, and we want to remind you, big weekend in college football coming up, but they get it on. First down and 10, Miami. Will try to come back from that turnover a moment ago. The defense held for them. Del Williams on first down, back to the line of scrimmage and smothered there. Leroy Jones, who has been superb tonight, a defensive left end for San Diego on the stop.
On San Diego's last series, Frank, they had a chance to take early command of the game, but they couldn't execute a first down. Now Miami has a chance, after having had an earlier chance when they were in San Diego territory until Woodley was sacked and fumbled. They've got a chance to reassume command of the game. So these series have an importance.
Second down 10. David Woodley, the rookie from LSU, directing the attack. Out of the flat, Giaquinto attracts a large crowd. Sliding out first was Fred Dean. He was joined by Mike Williams. Dean, very agile at that defensive end spot, number 71. Came back a little late this year to training camp, but he picked up where he left off. He had 7 sacks coming into tonight. The leader along that line, of course, Gary Johnson, who got his 13th and a half, the way they count them now in the NFL.
That graphic and evidence of why Miami has come to life in the last 2 games against the Rams and the 49ers.
Third down long. Picked off. Intercepted by number 28, Willie Buchanan, his second interception of the year, and this could hurt the youngster from LSU.
Well, it's a tough situation. You have 3rd and 8, and that kind of pressure from a defensive line. And here you go back again. It's not an easy situation. It's the one shooter like to stay out of. But first and second downs were not good downs for the Dolphins here. He had Joe Rose, but Buchanan was there. And boy, has he been a great one over the years. Most of the years.
He played for Don Coryell at San Diego State. He went out and got him last year, and he gave up a first-round draft pick and a 7th-round draft pick to get this young man. San Diego, good field position, 29-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. They're still tied at 7 on first down. Chuck Muncie. We did not know whether we would see the big man who came from New Orleans a few weeks ago because of a bruised knee, but he gets a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8.
I still don't like the way that great player carries the football. He's too prone to give it up.
Muncie, of course, New Orleans first-round draft pick. A lot of problems down there. He was traded to San Diego for what was reported to be a second-round draft pick a few weeks ago. He stays in. That single setback. Wide open, and Charlie Joyner will think about that late at night.
I don't believe that. I don't think I've ever seen him drop a ball like that, Gib.
You will drop them. That is so easy. He was thinking about where am I going to run with it.
Well, here he comes running against Gerald Small. He beats him. He's coming inside. Fouts delivers the strike. Oops. Looks like he had his eyes right on the ball, too. I don't know. He just missed it.
Right in the numbers.
Jefferson, no catches tonight. He only needs 54 yards. John Jefferson to go over 1,000 yards for 3 consecutive years. Fouts lumbering forward for the first down, down around that 15-yard line. Kim Bocamper made sure Fouts stayed there.
And lumbering is the proper verb. He is not what you'd call a runner. 15 times for 7 yards.
1.5 yard per carry, but that was an effective play there. The Dolphins played perfect defense. Fouts ran the ball effectively, got to 7 or 8 yards for a first down. He kept this drive alive.
Hey, if he keeps on the same pace, averaging 300 yards a game, he will throw for 4,800 yards this year. No reason to think that he can't do it. He set the NFL record a year ago, and here on first down, Muncie over the left side behind Billy Shields and Doug Wilkerson for a couple. They'll give him 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Who is that young lady?
You know, it's interesting to me, Giff. San Diego has a wonderful offensive line. They're great pass blockers, but they really haven't proven to be a great run-blocking team.
Yes, definitely 2 different techniques. Usually an offensive lineman is good at one or the other, seldom both. Second down, Fouts will go down as Fouts goes down in a sack. Bocamper, who plays linebacker but also plays defensive end as well as most defensive ends.
Well, we've talked about Bocamper many times. He's built in a manner only bigger and stronger than the very great Ted Hendricks, but he doesn't begin to have Hendricks' consistency. That's his problem. Let's look at it again.
Here comes Danny back in the pocket. Bocamper beats his man. Fouts has no problem. He's got a face mask, I think, guys. I think he got him by the face mask, and he got away with it. But a good play by Bocamper.
Doug Betters was in there, too.
Third down, 13. The Dolphins stiffened after the first turnover. Can they hold again? A huge crowd exhorts them. Joyner, incomplete in the end zone. It'll be fourth down, and we'll see Ralph Benuska.
Well, you've got to give the Dolphin defense credit. They dodged a bullet here. Arch Parker's got him playing very well.
He sure does. Benuska, of course, a great human interest story. We did an up-close and personal on him some weeks back when we had San Diego against Dallas. But he's been having great difficulty, Frank, as you know. A bad game against Kansas City this past Sunday.
37-yard attempt. He has missed the last 6 attempts. Benuska will feel better following that one as Miami gets off. San Diego just picking up 3 points. But San Diego takes the lead with 10:30 remaining in the first half. They lead 10-7. Orange Bowl, where tonight a crowd of 60,000 was expected. As we look around this center below structure, we can see that it's practically full. It could go well over 60,000. San Diego has just taken the lead. 37-yard field goal. Ralph Benuska set to kick off. Deep is Don Veselu for the Miami Dolphins. Fine effort by the Miami defense. 2 turnovers. They only were able to give up 3 points. Veselu bobbles it, picks it up.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, and making the save is Shaw out there for San Diego at the 29-yard line. Veselu found an opening and could have popped that.
That's an interesting player. He came out of Georgia Tech, wasn't highly regarded, but he's been a big play man for the Dolphins. He was a big play man back at Georgia Tech.
Well, he's become the leader in the defensive backfield in the absence of Tim Foley. He's really been very effective. But again, Frank made, it seems to me, the key point. 2 turnovers, and all San Diego could get was 3 points. So Miami is holding together. And Bernerski kicks better with no sleep.
And that's the truth.
First down, 10 Miami. Trubisky out over the 30-yard line, a gain of 1.5 yards.
Did you see how quick 79 Big Hands Johnson was across the line? He is some kind of quick.
Well, they're tremendous front four.
Oh, they really are. They're on this side, 71. As you look at Dean and Johnson, they're not only big, but they're quick and they're fast. Tremendous pass rushers.
Second down and 8.
No, we'll pick it up later, Frank. Go on.
Inside Miami's 32-yard line, 9:45 remaining in the first half. Woodley goes down in the arms of big Louis Kelcher. There'll be a loss of about 1.5 yards back to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
That guy's a defensive line by himself. Look at him. I'll never forget when he didn't win the Lombardi Award one year. I was the speaker at the Lombardi dinner down in Houston, and the man was twice the size of Hicks of Ohio State, who won it that year. Even then I knew it was the wrong man who was the recipient.
6'5", 285. Louis Kelcher playing still with a sore knee from a few weeks ago, and he hyperextended it in a losing effort against the Oakland Raiders.
Well, here he comes back to another tough situation for the kid Woodley. 3rd and 9 against this pass rushing line. He needs, again, a quick rhythm pass. He shouldn't really try to risk anything too far down the field because it takes too long to get it off. Might even run a trap up the middle.
3rd and 9. Tony Nathan, single setback. Comes the pressure.
That's it.
This is Nathan. Look out.
Oh, boy.
Pete Shaw's the only one that can save it. And down goes Nathan. He can get up, of course, because he had not been touched by a Charger. He gets inside the 10. A brilliant run. It was Joe Rose who was out in front of Nathan that tried to throw the block. Nathan tripped over Rose, but nevertheless a great effort.
You gotta love the run by Nathan. You gotta love Woodley here. He's come back now from a fumble, an interception. He stands in there. He delivers the ball right down the middle in the face of all kind of heat. And watch Nathan break the tackle down the sideline, and he really should have had a touchdown here. He's trying to cut back. He does the right thing. Joe Rose is trying to block, and he trips over Joe Rose's legs, and he would have gone in for the touchdown. Great play by Nathan.
Once again, Don Shula. What a call. He knows what his players can do. He had Woodley throw under the defense, relying on Nathan's running ability to make the first down, and if the blocking is good enough and the positioning is good enough, maybe go all the way. And he almost did.
Willie Buchanan was shaken up on that play for San Diego. He's being helped off the field. Tell you more about Nathan. He was a 2nd-round draft pick a year ago, a 3rd-round draft pick, rather, and he broke the Miami Dolphins' total offensive record, running back kicks, punt, receiving, rushing. He can do it all.
From what school, Frank?
Alabama.
Exactly. Notice the subtle change in drafting procedure. Now working for this new Miami organization. Going to the big school.
1st and goal, Miami. They are trailing 10-7. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Crucial game for both clubs. Del Williams. Williams is on his feet, and he's hammered down there close to the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a great effort by Delvin Williams. He really didn't have much to work with out there. He made most of it on his own. Good determined run.
Remember, this is a vital game. They all are at this stage of the year. Miami must win to keep its playoff hopes alive. San Diego must win to move within a half game of the puzzling Oakland team, which played poorly against Seattle, but still yet won. Oakland at 8-3, San Diego at 7-4.
And watch the back of the tight end. The
Second down goal. Ball at the 6. Woodley to the 2-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and goal. Mother there.
I tell you, he looked a little like you again there.
Well, except one thing.
He's got more guts.
He's bigger and stronger, and he's faster, and he's prettier. He's a lot smarter.
Fran, he does what you did for so many years. He exhausts these big defensive linemen. They have to come in on the pass rush, extending all that effort. Then they have to turn around and chase him, and he has broken out of that pocket a few times, and they don't like to do that all night.
No, and here's where he's dangerous, because in this situation, he can roll out and have the option to pass or run on the 2-yard line. This puts pressure on the defense.
David Woodley does not like the play or the offensive set that has been sent into the ball game. He'll trot over, talk to Don Shula, extending one of the Miami Dolphins timeouts with 6:32 remaining in the first half. In this football game, one of the best we've had thus far this season. Two teams both in critical situations. Francis?
Well, yes, no,
Teams both in critical situations. Francis?
Well, yes, no, we criticize many times quarterbacks for calling a timeout when it's not in the last 2 minutes of the half of the game. In this case, a good call by Woodley. They're in position to score 6 points. He should be sure he did the proper thing by calling the timeout and make sure they had the right play, the play they wanted to call.
And here it is. 3rd and goal, the ball at the 2. That's Nat Moore.
He's going to roll.
Flag is down as Woodley got the ball in to Nat Moore.
That was some well-executed play by Woodley.
It will work against Miami. The touchdown nullified.
Oh, that's too bad from their point of view. Because Fran is right. What a quick timing play. Perfectly executed. I tell you, for a rookie, this kid is something.
He's something for a veteran.
David Woodley.
I bet Nat Moore is in motion.
Illegal motion. The man in motion started forward before the snap. 3rd down.
That would indeed be Nat Moore, who just was a little eager to work out there against Mike Williams. It'll be 3rd and goal, but the ball is now back at the 7-yard line.
All right, the last time in this situation, on the other end of the field, Shula called a trap play up the middle. I don't think he'll do it again.
Too far out, and now San Diego will be looking for it.
But you got to look for the tight end or the 2 backs. They're the people you want to go to in this situation.
3rd and goal. Miami trailing by 3. Man is open. It's Nathan.
What a play.
Nathan, great effort.
What a play. What a play.
Well, he went to the back, so you were right. And Nathan is an absolutely brilliant runner.
Well, what happened? They blitzed the linebackers. Now, maybe Nathan had a free release on the play. I doubt it. He probably supposed to pick up the linebacker. Didn't. But Woodley, he saw him out there and gave it to him. Now, watch the linebacker come in from the left part of your screen. Nobody is watching. That's Nathan's man. Slosseldick. He finally sees Nathan. He throws to him. Nathan knew he made a mistake, but watch the run he makes.
Right
He
through
gets rid of
Bob Horn.
Right through Jerome Doug.
And just an absolutely scintillating effort by Nathan, who earlier had caught a pass over the middle and went 61 yards. He gets it in for Miami. They go out on top.
We have us a ball game, folks. This is fun.
Shaman for the conversion. Shaman puts it through the uprights, and Miami leads 14-10. And this young man, highly responsible, playing along with a youngster at quarterback, David Woodley. We'll be back in a moment. Back in the Orange Bowl, Miami, Florida, 6:17 remaining in the first half. The Dolphins moving out over the Chargers, 14-10. Set to kick off is Wilby Von Shaman. And we'll see Ron Smith deep for San Diego. Smith, who had not returned kickoff since high school, got the call when Chuck Muncie became a starter at running back.
Skip, here's a little statistic here. Dan Fouts in his last 5 passes has 4 incompletions and 1 sack. He started off hot, but obviously he's been cooled down. See if he can get it back here once the Chargers get the ball.
Ron Smith, the former Ram, takes it at the 5-yard line. Smith is pounded out around the 27, gets over the 30, close to the 32-yard line, where out comes the throwing machine, Dan Fouts.
Well put.
Hey, another thing, he can get another 300-yard game tonight. He will tie his NFL record he set a year ago of when he threw 300 yards on 6 different occasions. to 12. Fran mentioned trouble. The past 2 times he's gone to the air. That's Winslow in motion. Foul. Jefferson, flag is down as Jefferson propels himself into Miami territory at the 47, and we're going to get a holding call against San Diego.
Oh, boy, that hurts. After a big gain like that, that really hurts.
That's Dan Audie, number 60, gesticulating that I am not holding. He was showing the official, these are the new rules I operate on. Frankly, ironic in a way, because Don Shula on the competition committee, much responsible for the new rules that has brought on so much passing.
Number 60 offense, holding, still first down.
Well, it's a 10-yard penalty, but with the completion taken away, too, it ends up to be a 30-yard penalty.
All right, there is the graphic that tells you how the Chargers lead the NFL in passing.
First down, 20. Fouts, beautiful shot, was not handled by Charlie Joyner, and Fouts put that in there between 2 Miami defenders with another Miami defender behind Joyner.
Well, that's 2 to Charlie tonight that didn't receive execution.
Well, here goes Fouts back up. A great protection. And he puts it right in the seam. Couldn't throw it any. Oh,
Well,
deflected. It wasn't really Joyner's fault. That ball
Not
got
that
tipped.
time.
Yes,
You're right.
sir.
The replay showed that.
It sure did. Sorry,
Tell you,
sir.
we've got some cameramen for you.
Don't we ever?
Second down and 20. The ball at the 22-yard line. Joyner in motion. Fouts checks it off. Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas skips out to the 34-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage, and maybe 1. It'll be third down and 9. Hit there by Ernest Roan, who is playing at linebacker for an injured Larry Gordon. Larry Gordon, of course, a tremendous asset defensively for Miami. He's out of the lineup tonight with a bad knee. Wide eyes. Man, am I in the big leagues, really? Third down. They mark it at the 34, so it's third and 8. Fouts. Winslow. The crowd will love it as Winslow goes down first in the arms of Don McNeil. Gets a yard. He needed 8, and out comes the punting unit for San Diego, which is stalled offensively.
Don McNeil was the first-round draft choice of the Dolphins again from Alabama. He looms as a probable defensive rookie of the year in the entire league.
There's Mr. Everything, Tony Nathan, awaiting the punt of Rick Partridge. Fair catch, however, called for and made back there by Don Veselu. So Miami will have possession, good field position, out at their 28-yard line with 4:33 remaining here in the first half. Miami playing inspired football against the San Diego Chargers. We told you earlier they were to fly into Miami last evening, the San Diego Chargers. They had airplane trouble in Oklahoma. They didn't arrive till about 2 or 2:30 in the morning. They only had 1 day to prepare for this game, having played Kansas City on Sunday. So a tired football team, the San Diego Chargers. On first down, Del Williams did not find an opening. Hit there initially at the 25. It gets back out to the 27. A yard loss. Second down, 11.
But quite honestly, Frank, they're not playing like a tired football team. They're playing aggressively. They're playing well. Their defense has really settled down. They gave up the 1 big play to Nathan, and that's about all they've given up after the opening drive.
Well, if they hadn't been called on the penalty against Audek, they might very well have driven down with that big gain on the pass completion by Fouts for another score. So that mistake hurt.
Second and 11. Del Williams. Kuchenberg out front. Williams out to the 30-yard line. Gets free of it. But it'll be third down and 8.
You're back to that tough situation again. They've had it now 4 straight times, 3rd and 8. The last time he hit Nathan for a big play. I would expect him to hit another quick rhythm pass, which means he's going to hit one of his backs quickly or the tight end quickly.
Yeah, but it's tough when you got the long yardage on 3rd down consistently. They got away with a very exceptional play on the pass underneath the defense to Nathan with the concomitant great long run that set up the touchdown. Can't do that all the time.
Third down and 8. Nathan again, single setback. He works both left and right out of the backfield. And thrown behind Nathan, almost intercepted. Woody Lowe was there, and Miami will punt.
Now the reason, as we watch this play here from the ground level, when Willie's going back, Nathan's got an option to cut either outside or inside. That's why Willie had to wait so long. Caused him really to hesitate with his throw, and he threw it behind Nathan, and it was almost intercepted by Lowe.
Again, it was the short throw, basically underneath the defense. It would not have made the first down if Nathan had caught it and been immediately down.
But it was
Robert. Mike Fuller, a dangerous return man for San Diego, awaits the ball at his 25. Roberts hangs it high, driving Fuller back inside his 20.
I think he lost it in the light,
Frank. He had signaled for the fair catch and would probably have made that fair catch, but he very wisely got away from the football, and San Diego has possession. They are at their own 17-yard line. We'll be back. Sweet lips. A lot of activity here tonight at the Orange Bowl. Monday Night Football on Thursday night. And a partisan Miami Dolphins crowd on a huge one. First and 10, San Diego trailing 14-10. From their own 17. This is Williams. Picking up the screen, turning back inside, pays for it, out to the 23-yard line. Gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5.
You know, it's a terrible burden on a quarterback who has to pass when there is not a running game to go with it. And you notice they're doubling the wide receivers tonight. Miami is, and Dan is not connected with a bomb tonight. He loves to throw.
On second and 5, Muncie. He can run. Chuck Muncie breaking the tackle just at the line of scrimmage. Breaks it off down close to the 25-yard line.
That's exactly what they needed.
They really did. And does that take the heat off that QB, number 14? Here's old Danny Fouts. This just shocks him to get this kind of play. Muncie takes it out. That's pretty good blocking. But look at that. He breaks 2 tackles. He breaks a 3rd tackle, Bessalou. And down the sideline he goes. He's 230 pounds and he can run.
Hops right through Rusty Chambers and takes it all the way down inside the 25-yard line. As the 2-minute warning is sounded, Muncie has sprinted for 53 yards. San Diego is sprinting. 2 minutes remaining at halftime here in the Orange Bowl. Good football game. Chuck Muncie has just gone 53 yards. Chargers trailing by 4, 14-10. Jefferson, who has not caught a pass thus far tonight, split out to the left by Fouts on first and 10. Screen out to Mike Thomas. And Thomas to the 20-yard line. That's it, is Ralph Ortega. Nails Thomas.
You know, Giff and Howard, Thomas looks quicker to me. Looks as quick as he did back when he was with the Redskins in the good years. Now, they say he's lost some weight this year, whether that's it or not. He may be more healthy this year. But one thing, he's quicker tonight than I've seen him in a couple of years.
Took off 10 pounds. Made a difference.
Second down, 5. Draw play, uncharacteristic of Dan Fouts. And Clarence Williams was piled up at the 20 by a shocked Miami defense.
Big Bob Baumhauer plays that middle tough.
Fouts will call timeout, and San Diego will have 2 remaining with 1:25 remaining in the half. Fouts moving over to the sidelines
For 1 field goal.
and Enterprise from Pompano Beach, Florida. Cameraman up there is Charlie Mitchell flying around with Captain Don Pasternak, as I mentioned before, former University of Miami quarterback. Great night for football and an exciting game.
Any doubt he's going to pass here?
There was a loss of about a half a yard, so it's 3rd down and 6. Fouts right on target, and Joyner stepping out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 10-yard line, first down.
And Charlie's a little mad at himself. I think he thought people were closer to him than they were, and he could have gotten on down the field for more yards.
Maybe so, but it was still a perfectly executed play. He threw to the right man. He's had trouble reaching his wide receivers tonight. Witness the fact, as Frank mentioned, that Jefferson hasn't caught a pass yet. That figures to change radically in the second half.
Change in the offensive personnel. In comes Muncie, 46. Clarence Williams, number 40. First down and 10, and this is Muncie, and he's hammered as he gets inside the 10 to the 8. A.J. Dewey, a former defensive end, sliding out there with Doug Betters, and a flag is down at the line of scrimmage. Illegal motion against San Diego. That will back the Chargers up 5. Down will remain the same, but time is a factor. 1:14 as we see Glenn Blackwood holding his shoulder, coming off the free safety for the Dolphins, and he is hurt.
Well, what this does with this penalty against the Chargers, it forces Fouts right into a pass offense. Although the Dolphins may refuse this penalty. And let's see.
Illegal motion, 63 offense, refused. Second down.
That, of course, is Miami's choice to have the Chargers use up a down rather than making it 1st and 15.
Interesting.
Not a bad decision. I would rather have the Chargers there than back on the 15 with 3 throws at the end zone.
Your defensive backs can play much more close. Yes, this area. Doug Bedoin, by the way, is in a free safety replacing Blackwood. Jefferson in motion. Fouts quickly. Touchdown, Charlie Joyner. And do they strike fast?
Oh, what timing.
That's pretty. That is a tough man right there, Mr. Fouts. He has developed into a truly great quarterback in this league. What about roll, but he's tough. And Charlie Joyner has been a tough man. 33 years old. Here we go. Watch how quick Fouts is going to get rid of this ball. Wham! Joyner runs a quick route inside. It's history.
Joyner's 40th career touchdown, a career that began way back years ago in Houston. Then he went to Cincinnati. And a flag is down as Minerska drills it through. Discussion being handled out there by our referee tonight, Gene Barth.
12 men on defense. Points good. We're penalized on the kickoff.
Well, they tried.
Doesn't work all the time.
There is Charlie Joyner. What a player. Got to admire him. Not just respect him, admire him. Tremendous football game. Tremendous first half.
Off the ball, Fouts will raise up. He gets in the seam. Somebody blew a coverage here. They got to be closer than that. And of course, remember that Miami had the injury to Blackwood.
Right, they took Blackwood out, and as you could see, it was Doug Bedoin, a free agent that Miami picked up earlier in the year from New England. He made the attempt at the goal line. It could have been Bedoin's error. We do not know for sure, but he had just come in. That was his first play.
You know, you really never know if it's a good call there in that situation, what the coverage is or what the responsibilities are. But it did look like it was Bedoin's responsibility because he was late getting to the play.
May I remind you, gentlemen, 1,000 yards in his career, even more than Frank Gifford had.
Well, let's add it up.
And I'll tell you who Charlie Joyner reminds me somewhat of. Is similar receivers, similar type careers, and that's Harold Jackson, who plays now for the New England Patriots. They just keep on and on and on. And both of them have been bounced around from team to team and played great football for each team they've been with.
Minerska drills it along the ground with a minute left here in the first half. Giaquinto collects it for Miami, scrambles out over the 30 to the 32. Where Glenn Edwards makes the stop with 1:03 remaining in the half, and the Miami Dolphins in possession of the 2 timeouts and trailing the Chargers now 17 to 14.
That's a good analogy, Fran. Joyner and Jackson. Joyner, of course, beginning with Houston, going to Cincinnati, then on to San Diego in a simply superb trade for the Chargers.
Here we are. Now this is, Woodley had been in a lot of these situations. They've got plenty of time on the clock. 1 minute, 3 seconds, 2 timeouts to get in field goal position.
Might be that Don Shula would not like to have him hurt at this point, too, and he might just decide to run it out. Nope, that is going up. Screen, a safe play out to Del Williams. Williams met by Bob Horn at the 35-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down 7. Seconds ticking away. Miami showing no inclination to stop it.
And as you look at Woodley, he's looking for the play. Now, this is when it's a disadvantage to be calling the plays from the sideline. Because normally your team would go up to the line of scrimmage and call the play from the line of scrimmage. They're wasting valuable time here.
Breaking arm, trying to weak like 2 plays in a row, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
2nd down. Flag is down.
Good throw.
Fire is complete. Giaquinto, who has the yardage for the first down, but again, a flag is down.
Against the Chargers, looks like.
Nope. Illegal motion. Works against Miami. This will bring it back. 22 seconds now remaining in the half.
Wonder why Don didn't call timeout before that play.
Well, he's only got 2 timeouts, Howard. You like to save those if you possibly can.
Yeah, but you were down into the 20-second area.
Number 80, illegal motion. Still second down.
Joe Rose, the rookie from California, illegal motion. Down remains the same. Second down and 12. The ball back at the 30.
Now it wouldn't be bad strategy to run it out. With 22 seconds left, you don't want to turn the ball over here. Take what you got, tee it up again in the second half.
Inside handoff.
Shula's listening to us, I think, Howard.
Now Williams.
Like he really needs to, huh?
Yeah.
At this time, Woodley calls timeout with 17 seconds remaining, and he trots over to talk to Don Shula.
Well, that's interesting.
1 timeout now remaining. Tell you again that Bob Greasy was placed on the injured reserve only yesterday. He could possibly come back for the last game of the season. That would be the required 4-week wait. Having been thoroughly informed by the master on the sidelines, moved back into the huddle. Once again, San Diego with a win tonight. Will stay a half a game behind the Oakland Raiders in their AFC Western Division, and in the AFC East, well, frankly, Miami's just trying to stay alive. They call this the playoff series, and they say it begins tonight for them. They, of course, with a 6-5 record, Buffalo leads at 8-3, New England is 7-4. Third and long. Woodley, he's got it, and it's open. Oh!
Now call timeout, David.
Elmer Bailey, the rookie from Minnesota, and quickly Miami uses their last timeout with 8 seconds on the clock, and we, in all probability, will see the place kick unit. Ruby Von Schaman can reach that distance.
I think he'll try one more play, Kip. Here's a ground level look at Woodley. Elmer Bailey is off to the right. He throws an absolute strike. I mean, he hung it out there. Bailey's wide open. Somebody broke coverage again. Makes a pretty good run to football. He gets down to about the 31-yard line.
You think this rookie from Minnesota was excited about that ball? No defenders around him. His first catch in the National Football League. And sets up a field goal as out comes Von Schaman.
In case you didn't know who he was, he's a 4th-round draft choice and has indicated a rookie from the Gophers of Minnesota. In the meantime, I still don't understand what Don did early. Could have taken a timeout earlier. They would have had more time on the clock if they were going to take a subsequent timeout.
But the problem, he ran out of timeout.
And it might have lulled the defense into thinking that he was not going to try and move it downfield.
Well, here's a 48-yarder.
Big Schaman, long thus far this season at 39 yards.
Oh, beauty.
Oh, yes. Beauty.
Oh,
we've got a tie game with 3 seconds remaining in the half.
What a football game.
It really is. And look at this statistic, Frank and Howard. The first half passing, Fouts 101, Woodley 154.
And the crowd, capacity crowd here at the Orange Bowl, they love it. We'll be back after this message from the National Football League. Von Schaman has just kicked his longest field goal of this year for 48 yards to tie this game at 17 with 3 seconds remaining in the half. Von Schaman dribbles it along the natural turf, is taken there by Fuller. And Fuller runs out the clock at halftime. The crowd has got to love this. We hope you are. Stick around. We'll have more second half action between the Dolphins and San Diego Chargers. Halftime features coming up after this message and a word from our local station. Stay with us.
Bench by Shula. He came back and he led them to 2 victories coming off the bench. He's now on the injured reserve. He's been the heart and soul of the Dolphins for years during the 70s, winning Super Bowl games. We talked to Bob about his career earlier in the night. Well, folks, here sit 2 living examples that you don't have to be able to throw the ball very hard and long, don't have to be strong, and don't have to be very smart to make it in this league. How about that, Bob?
We fooled them for sure.
For a lot of years.
Well, I'm still fooling them. I think you can make a comeback.
I know that I can. Now, Bob, it's been reported that you may not play next year. Are you going to come back next year?
Francis, I really haven't made a determination. Haven't been happy with my year. I hurt my arm in the 4th or 5th game, tore some muscles in it and some ligaments in it, and I haven't been able to throw for 6 weeks. And it wouldn't be a very good way to go out. I'm not going to make that decision right now. I'll wait until the middle of the off season when I sit down and weigh everything and decide then. I'd like to play, but there's a time to step out too.
Well, Bob, you're only 35. Now, do you feel you've lost anything?
Well, I think as all old quarterbacks do, you lose a step here and there, and you lose a little distance. But I think you make up for that with knowledge of the game, and you know what's going on. So I think I've lost some things, but I think also I'm a little bit smarter in other areas.
All right, how have you adjusted this year to a backup role and a counselor to Woodley?
I'm not very good on the sidelines or on the bench. I never knew how loud things got on the sidelines being around Don Shula as when I'm there this year. But it's been very tough. I've helped David whenever I could, mainly little things like only quarterbacks would know. Don't look at the receiver that you're going to throw to and look people off and other things like that. But he's got very quick feet. He's got a strong arm, and he's very intelligent. I think those are the main things that he's got going for him. He's playing much better now that Don Shula is calling the plays for him. And I think he's got a real shot at being a very big success in the NFL.
Well, do what you want to do, big fella. I hope you do come back. You've been great for this game, and thanks for visiting with us.
Thank you, Francis.
Leading the AFC East with an 8-3 record. New England has a 7-4 record. Baltimore is also 6-5 as of tonight. And over in the AFC West, the San Diego Chargers will keep them a half a game behind the Oakland Raiders. Denver has a 6-5 record out there in the AFC West. Kansas City 5-6. Will keep them a half a game behind the Oakland Raiders. Denver has a 6-5 record out there in the AFC West. Kansas City 5-6, and of course Seattle 4-7. A lot of offense tonight. You had a look at Ron Smith running back kickoffs for the past 3 weeks for the first time since he was in high school. Moving on, Shaman, who hit from 48 yards out to tie it up, gets the second half underway. Taken over in the left corner there by Hank Bauer. And Bauer pulls his way out over the 35 to the 36. And of course we anticipate Fouts, Mike Thomas, sharing the running back duties with Chuck Muncie tonight. And now as we look down, we see Chuck Muncie and Clarence Williams are the setbacks. The wide receivers, they're 1, 2, 3 in the AFC. Winslow into the night with 59 receptions. Jefferson into the night with 54. And of course Charlie Joyner, who's had a tremendous night. He was the third leading receiver in the AFC. He had 53. On first down, here comes Muncie. Williams out in front with a good block. And you see the acceleration of that big man, Chuck Muncie, as Muncie rolls to the 41 for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. And those are your stats from the first half.
And look how even they are, at least in first downs and rushing yards. The edge to, isn't that interesting? San Diego passing yards to Miami. What a performance by Woodley. Total yardage almost even. Possession edge, a 7-minute about edge for Miami.
That's a big edge.
2nd down and 5. Charlie Joyner is in motion. Bounce immediately to the air. Muncie on his own, one-on-one out of the flat. And he breaks a tackle and gets out to the 43-yard line. Gives up the football. I think Miami has it.
I don't like the way Muncie carries the football. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
You said it earlier tonight, Howard, and he did carry it out in that one hand, and he let the ball go.
Miami has it. Coming up with it is Bob Baumauer. Muncie struggling loose from a tackle. Gives up the football. Miami has the turnover.
Well, here's the play. Just a flare pass out to the right. Muncie makes some moves here, but look where the ball is.
Yep.
He's got a big hand, obviously. He can palm the ball.
Yeah, but
when you get in traffic,
like a grapefruit.
you've got to put it away. He's trying to put, he just dropped it. He didn't get hit there. He just dropped it. And the ball is sitting on the ground, and somebody's going to try to get it.
Miami is the 1st and 10 inside San Diego's 44-yard line.
First break for the Dolphins tonight, really. First turnover against the Chargers.
They had 2 turnovers in the first half. San Diego only capitalized for 3 points. Play action. Woodley to the air immediately. Man is open. And Woodley a little late delivering to Jimmy Cephalo, who was in between the zones.
Really, that was his first poor throw tonight.
I thought it was a good throw. I'll tell you why. If he'd have thrown a strike to the guy at that particular time, it would have been intercepted. I think he saw the man at the last minute and threw the ball short.
May be right.
And if he did that, I'm telling you, that's a good play.
Second down 10. Out comes Dell Williams. In comes Tony Nathan. Nathan with the better hands. Good receiver on the short passes. And then does he scamper? Buffalo split to the left. Matt Moore to the right.
Probably running
is Ronnie Lee. Big draw. And Woodley, down he goes. And it was Leroy Jones. And you believe he's not agile. 6'8", 260-pounder. And a very nifty David Woodley had no chance to get away from Leroy Jones.
Jones having a tremendous night.
Second sack of the night.
Norfolk State, one of the unsung ones who made it big. Look at this points per game. Quite a differential.
Yeah.
Miami's strength this year, only 2 teams the entire season. Baltimore and New England have scored more than 17 points against them.
Ricky Elmer Bailey is in. The extra wide receiver, number 88 for Miami. Third down 20. Oh, overthrown.
Now that was his first bad throw, I think, Howard. He had Rose open right down the middle. If he delivers the ball on target, he has the first down.
He knows it. Meanwhile, big series for San Diego. Bad turnover. They held together.
Roberts comes on to do the punting for Miami, and we'll see Mike Fuller dropping.
Well, now let's watch Jefferson, Frank. Coming into this game, he had 58 catches. Thus far, he's shut out.
Earlier I said 54. What he needs is 54 yards to become the first player in the history of pro football to gain 1,000 yards in each of his first 3 seasons. It's going to take a good San Diego bounce down close to the 11-yard line. And so San Diego will start deep in their own territory with their second possession here in the second half. We'll be back in a moment. San Diego, they'll begin inside their own 12-yard line defensively for the Miami Dolphins. As we look down, Glenn Blackwood, the regular free safety, not in there. He's been replaced by number 44, Doug Bedoin, acquired from New England as a free agent earlier in the year. Winslow in motion, and this is Mike Thomas. And Thomas up to the 20-yard line. Nifty pickup. A little more than 8 yards. It'll be second down and 1, as a matter of fact.
Giff, an interesting piece of data. You know, Fouts likes to go deep. The Dolphins have shut out the long passing game. We haven't seen it tonight. Fouts usually averages almost 8 yards per attempt. Tonight, he's only averaged 5.5 yards per attempt. So he's hitting the short pass, forced to go there.
He's only gained 112 yards passing. Jefferson thus far shut out. Double coverage effective.
Mike Thomas. Left side, and Mike Thomas corralled there by Ralph Ortega. Gets the first down, however.
That's quite a differential in the third quarter, suggesting the explosiveness of the Chargers. Blackwood, by the way, back in there, Frank.
That will be a plus for the Dolphins. Blackwood went out holding his shoulder earlier. I think they'll probably leave him on what downs they think that they're going to pass. They would prefer to have Bedoin probably in there against the run. On first down, stops again. Mike Thomas. Couple of yards up to the 25-yard line, hit by Don McNeil. It'll be second down and 8.
All right, how about a little disclaimer here, Giff? This telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited. And don't I read good?
You have just destroyed Merritt.
Second down, 8. Thomas, single setback. Fouts. Joyner. No. Out of bounds. Joyner says no, but he does not argue vociferously.
That was a good call by the official. He had one foot in, but the other one did not get in.
And he was right on the play, the official.
It's really a good throw by Fouts. Not the only place he could throw it. Joyner had to go up in the air. Oh, he didn't even get the 1 foot down. Easy call, good call.
Third down and 8. Ron Smith comes out. We'll see a single setback. That'll be Mike Thomas. And the receivers are Jefferson, Winslow, Ron Smith, and Charlie Joyner. a first down. Winslow out to the 36-yard line, close to the 37.
That was an interesting formation, Gift. I'm sure you saw it. They had Charlie Joyner lined up in the backfield at the halfback position. Only one remaining setback.
He's there for the blitz. As soon as he saw there was no blitz, he went into the pattern.
I wonder how he done picking up a linebacker. He has not had to do that much in his career.
It's one of those lookouts.
And you are not seeing Jefferson. It's unbelievable.
Well, he's looking downfield to try to throw the ball downfield to the outside receivers, but they're taking what he likes to do best away from him, making him beat him with other things. He's taking what he's got.
It's concerned. Jefferson right, Joyner left. Greg McCrary in motion. Laid up and incomplete. Intended there for Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas in a foot race out there, however, with linebacker Ernest Rowe.
Yep, that was good coverage by that linebacker. That's as tough a coverage you can give him. Covering a halfback out of the backfield, going deep. Bounce through the ball as good as you can throw it.
But that's why Ernie Rome is in there. Even when Steve Toll was well and he just had surgery on bone chips, Steve Toll had been replaced by Ernie Rome on passing situations. Ernie is superb on pass coverage and even on the blitz.
Second down 10. That's Winslow. Fouts under pressure, but wide open is Jefferson. And is overthrown. Fouts really with not a prayer to get that out there. He was hammered there. Big number 73, Bob Baumauer.
But your point well taken. It's the first time we've seen Jefferson loose for a reception.
And the reason they sent the linebacker Bokamper, he put pressure on Fouts. He really had no chance at all to get the ball to him. He was lucky to get it off.
4.5 minutes have expired here in the third quarter. Third down and 10. San Diego trying to get something happening from their own 36. Game tied at 17. This time Fouts has the time, going for Jefferson. Did he get those feet down? He did. And he saw a classic Jefferson maneuver on the sideline. First down, 33-yard line of Miami.
Frank, it simply had to come, Jefferson.
But watch this. It's a great catch by Jefferson, but it was a perfect defense. They double up on it.
No, they're saying now incomplete.
Let's watch it. The defensive back mistimes the jump here. He's in position to make the play. And they say no. Hard for us to tell.
So it'll come back, and that will bring up fourth down.
Here we go again, another angle. Let's see if we can see it. The defensive back was in the right coverage. He just really kind of got under the ball. Let's see here. Well,
I don't get this. I'm sorry.
It looked like he was in. Tough call by the official. He was a little closer than we were, but could have been in.
Partridge to punt. Has to hurry it. Nathan indicates the fair catch at the 29-yard line. And that's where Miami will have their possession with 10:23 remaining in the third quarter. 35-yard towering punt by Partridge. We'll be back in the Orange Bowl in a moment. A few moments ago, if you're wondering about the pass to Jefferson, he did indeed catch the ball inbounds, as we saw indicated by the official. Another official, however, upfield had detected that Jefferson had stepped out of bounds, and you cannot leave the field of play and come back in.
Now I get the call.
Dean Barth threw right on top. First and 10 Miami. They're tied to San Diego at 17. Ball on the 28-yard line, and Woodley to the air. Ooh, and he gets pounded as he delivers a deep pass. Incomplete. Intended for Nat Moore. Good defensive coverage back there.
Crowd is calling for interference and also for unnecessary for roughing the passer, but neither call made.
Well, you'll see 71, Fred Dean coming in. They're trying to fake the run. Fred Dean doesn't honor the fake at all. He runs right around Geisler. That's a clean play. No penalty. Good play by Dean.
Willie Buchanan was back there with Glenn Edwards, and they had blanketed the intended receiver, Nat Moore.
I tell you, that Dean is quick.
Second down, 10. Steve Howell, 36, setback now for Miami. But this is Tony Nathan. And Nathan piled up out around the 33-yard line. Jim Laslovic is playing some excellent football tonight for San Diego and on the stop. Boy, he was something, Fran. You played a lot against him in Detroit, I know, and he's coming off a knee operation from but well, it was actually summer before last.
He has been a good football player, and he played most of his years with the Lions.
Linebacker, eh? What college, Frank?
Penn State.
Where else?
Third down, 6. Tony Nathan, single setback. He likes to work out of the backfield. Comes the pressure, and Woodley gets it off, and this is Nat Moore.
Boy, what a throw.
Stride for stride with Nat Moore, with Jerome Dove, and Nat Moore just took it away from him.
Yep, that was old Elmer Bailey again.
Elmer Bailey,
Yeah.
rookie, and he is something, isn't he?
I love it. I tell you, I love this kid Woodley.
I'll say this is, he's poised, he's cool. It was good coverage. He throws a strike out here. Look at that. You just cannot throw the ball any better than that. Elmer Bailey's having himself a good night.
Bailey, of course, made the catch to set up the score in the second half for Miami. The rookie from Minnesota. First down, inside the 42 of San Diego. Well, the mistake there is Robisky comes up with it, gets to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Fred Dean on the stop.
That was not how it was planned. There was some mess up in the backfield. He was lucky to get the ball off to Robisky. When you have that kind of mess up, you get usually nothing.
Right there. That graphic tells you why Shula knows what he's doing. Robisky was the kid recommended by Cannon, the old Heisman Trophy winner, to Al Davis. Davis got good use out of him, but with the acquisition of Kenny King, he no longer needed Robisky. He was a good, solid player. Shula grabbed him, and he's done efficient service.
Second down, 9. Nathan in motion.
Oh, he's got Nathan deep. He's got Nathan.
Nathan is wide open. That was an easy 6, and Woodley overthrew.
It really was.
Nathan running stride for stride with the linebacker Jim Laskovic. He had him wiped out. Woodley overthrows.
Nobody's perfect.
No, but it was interesting. He put Nathan in motion. It ended up in a situation where Laskovic had to cover him man-on-man all the way down the field. It's a total mismatch. And David just said, get him the ball. I know he'd like to have it back.
The reason they're covering a Nathan like that's because they're offering double coverage somewhere else. Shula won't forget it. Third down and 9. Woodley scrambling out of the pocket. He'll be short of the first down at the 35-yard line. Bob Horn, the initial charger there. Well, and it's going to be 4th down and 3.
Let's see what Shula does. Von Schumann.
We'll see the field goal unit. Strock, of course, the holder.
Von Schumann can kick this. He's got the foot. He's got the range.
He's already hit tonight from 48 yards. And you see the youngster from the University of Oklahoma that Shula drafted last year. 7th round pick. He hit one against Oklahoma State as a senior to 58 yards. So we know he's got the distance. 52-yard attempt. This one does not have the distance. And more than that, San Diego will have fairly good field position. Line of 35-yard line. It remains 17 apiece with 7:33 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back to the Orange Bowl in a moment. Orange Bowl, the luxurious booth offered here by the Orange Bowl. Just my head is there. Kind of a carnival atmosphere that has been generated by the meeting of these two teams.
We've got a great game.
Hello there. First and 10, San Diego, their own 35-yard line. Winslow in motion. This is Muncie with the blocker in front, and Muncie still waving that football out there. Gets out over the 45 to the 47. He holds on to the first down.
It's incredible, and they gang tackled him, and they went for the football. He holds it out there like a huge pineapple.
One of your teammates out in front of that one, number 67, Ed White.
Yes, there goes Big Ed out there. Just a little simple. He's done this about 5 or 6 times tonight, and there's Big Ed. Let's see if he gets his man. He does. Muncie just runs over people. 235 pounds.
San Diego, and they can strike so quickly. Being well contained tonight by Miami's young defense. Muncie again, left side. Winslow with a block out in front of Muncie this time, and Muncie ambles down to about the 47-yard line. Gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3. What a great college performer at the University of California. He had over 3,000 yards rushing out there.
Well, he had a great year last year for the Saints, and then was the MVP in the Pro Bowl when you were over in Europe doing skiing to prepare for Lake Placid.
He went for nearly 1,200 yards last year for New Orleans. Of course, the Saints #1 in '76. He just often, I guess, couldn't find the practice field. Muncie on second and 3, bulling his way to the 45-yard line, short of the first down, and be third and about a yard.
That was in evidence. He made that on his own. He was almost hit for a loss, but had the physical strength to carry through.
Somebody didn't block A.J. Dewey, hit him 2 yards deep in the backfield, and he carried Dewey all the way to within about half a yard of the first down.
We had a quick look at Bob Baumauer looking over to pick up defensive signals. Bill Arnsparger, of course, the brilliant defensive coach for the Dolphins. Third and short, less than a yard. Fouts trying to go deep to Muncie, and Muncie just comes up with the football, taking it away from Blackwood, who was there with him.
He was not open. That just shows you the great athletic talent of Muncie.
That's exactly true.
I like the play. They faked the run. Wasn't a very good fake. He wasn't open. Watch this. Just a great catch by Muncie.
It really was. And you remember how Manning used to use Muncie along with Galbraith coming out of the backfield last year. It's the first time we've seen Fouts use Muncie this way.
Well, again, he's learning how to use this man. This man can make a great contribution to the Charger football team. Not only running the football, but then what we saw there, making big plays for him.
He can also throw the option pass, and very efficiently. That he's done.
Yes, he has.
I think we have a little bit of an equipment problem down there. Coming out is Dan Audick. He was pointing to his shoe. And we will see a replacement for Audick. That's Chuck Lowen, who comes in, rookie from South Dakota State. Downward remains the same. Clock started again. Fouts will have to hurry to get it off on 1st and 10, and here comes Thomas. Wilkinson out in front of Thomas. And Thomas with a nifty run down the sideline, getting down around the 12-yard line for another San Diego first down.
But great blocking by Doug Wilkinson. Do you see him lead that charge?
Yeah, he's approved. Wilkinson,
Well,
262 pounds, and he can really motor.
they're getting to the corner. Muncie got to the corner for a 53-yard run. Thomas made the corner that time. You don't do that often against the Dolphins.
The 1st and 10 is at the 12-yard line. Mike Thomas hit at the line of scrimmage. He might have squeaked a yard out of it. Bob Baumauer defensively there first for San Diego, and still Jefferson has not had a reception.
Don Coryell always has that apparently tense, overwrought look. But he knows one thing, this is a turning point game for the Chargers, similar to the one they had against the Bengals a year ago, when they won the game in the final seconds on a field goal. Then came on the next week to beat Pittsburgh 35-7.
Jefferson in motion. Fouts fires it in to Joyner. Ball kick free. But I believe let's see, they're going to rule him down. If so, it'll be at the 2-yard line.
If not, it's going to go back to the 6 or 7-yard line. Interesting decision.
Oh, I don't get it. I thought he was down.
Well, I thought he was too, Howard.
No, it'll be inside the 7-yard line. And it will be 3rd down.
Joyner's not happy, that's clear.
3rd down and 4. 3:56. Clock stopped as the ball trickled out of bounds inside the 7-yard line. Winslow, the big tight end, split out to the left. He can play like a flanker, even with his size. Going up for Jefferson.
He's got it.
Jefferson, first catch of the night. Touchdown, San Diego, working against Don McNeil. And, Fran, we see much more of that type of pass nowadays.
What a perfect time lob pass. There's Jefferson, his 12th touchdown reception this season. And what a time for it.
Well, here he is, man-on-man. McNeil's a good defensive back, but nobody can cover Jefferson man-on-man. He tried to bump him. Watch Jefferson make the adjustment on the ball. He makes more great catches, I think, than anybody I've seen in the entire year.
That's his 35th touchdown reception, and he's only in his third year. Benershka with San Diego out on top once again. They lead 24-17. 3:50 remaining in the third quarter. Out of Arizona State, this man is special. AFC Western Division. Miami, they, almost have to have it to stay alive in the AFC East, now led by Buffalo with an 8-3 record. Miami into the night at 6-5. Giaquinto picks up the ball and moves it out to the 37-yard line, and out comes the offensive unit for the Miami Dolphins.
And quickly, Miami has good field position. They must strike back quickly. They know it. Not that there's not a lot of time left. We're only in the third quarter with 3:40 to go, but they've got to reassume some offensive momentum.
The thing with San Diego, they just keep coming at you. They've got those three exceptional wide receivers, Winslow, Jefferson, Joyner. They're 1, 2, 3 in the AFC after 11 weeks.
Wouldn't you like to see Woodley roll out some more like he did early in the game? We haven't seen it lately.
From the 37, Delvin Williams. And down goes Williams. Defensive effort there by Jerome Dove. Laslovic was also there. Line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10.
Interesting wire story within the late hours today. Pastorini, in an interview, and Dunn had spoken with him this past Monday night, you'll recollect, says he'll be in uniform for the Eagles game this Sunday and available to play. Remarkable recovery of Crew.
Second and 10. Woodley. Nathan on the screen. And Laslovic again on the stop. Gain of about 6. It'll be third down and 4.
Which is a lot better than the 3rd and 9 they've had for much of the night.
But still tough down. Tough going.
Well, they'll have to throw for it to get it, but again, he's been throwing well to his backs, and I expect that's where he'll go again.
And they surprise you, Francis.
And again, keep in mind, San Diego, the best in the NFL. 41 sacks, rushing the passer. They really turn it loose on this situation and hum. Nope. Giaquinto over the middle. And is ruled complete. First down, 49-yard line. Nick Giaquinto, University of Connecticut. 5'11". He was teaching school this summer in Fort Lauderdale. Said, I want to try it one more time. He had been cut by the Jets. Next year he was cut by the Giants. He was cut by Ottawa. And now here he is getting a first down for Miami.
There's Chuckaroo, feeling better about things. Unfortunate fumble earlier. He atoned for it in a touchdown drive just recently completed.
He might drop it once in a while, but he makes the defense look at the Chargers in a different offensive lane when he's in there. First and 10. Robisky. Screen did not develop. Leroy Jones there first. He had a lot of help from his friends, including Laslovic and Bob Horn. Loss of a couple. It'll be second down and 12. The Enterprise continues to hover here on a beautiful night. A little bit of a overcast. We'd like to show you a beautiful full moon that we had earlier. Fran could sing along. Not the Willie Nelson quality, but he'd give us an effort.
I can sing feelings for you.
Moon over Miami.
Second down, 12. Good time for a blitz by the Chargers. Draw play. Nathan gets a friendly bounce and gets to the 44-yard line where it's going to be third down and 4.
That was a beautiful draw.
And a good call. Those 4 guys on the San Diego defense want to pass rush. You've got to keep them off balance. It was second and 12, passing situation. Shula crossed them up. The ball bounces down, and sometimes it bounces your way. It bounced Nathan's way there.
Woody Lowe, they got a big hand in there to help it bounce.
The bounce never goes for San Diego. When they lost to Dallas on a Sunday night game with us, Dallas profited by what has become known as the Soldi bounce.
Second down, long three. Could be the final play of the third quarter. Woodley drills it to Nathan.
Oh, boy.
First down, Miami, and Miami comes back. A lot of character in this young group. And Miami gets their first down as the gun goes off, announcing the end of the third quarter. At the score, the Chargers 24, the Dolphins 17. Will return for the fourth quarter in just a moment. North.
Marvelous face. Looks like the guy who dropped the cigar in the Baltimore-Pittsburgh World Series in '79. Marvelous face. He had a word for you.
And Woodley.
That might be.
And Woodley's trying to get a flag. And Shula's out of bounds inside the 30-yard line for the gain of 8.
And Shula was trying to get the flag, too.
I don't blame him. I'm astonished that there's no flag there.
Brett Dean a little late for the Chargers.
Let's watch him. Here he goes back in the pocket. Now, one good thing about Woodley, he's looking to throw the ball. And he's still looking downfield. That's what he needs to do. Now he turns it on. He's got speed. Brett Dean is chasing him. My friend, that is a penalty.
I think he tried to hold him up.
I still think that is a penalty.
See his big hand under that fan? He was trying to keep him on his feet.
You're putting us on.
Gain of 8, second down and 2. Now Williams. And he gets whacked just inside the 30. He'll be short of the first down. It'll be a little more than a yard to go on third. And let's take a look at the third quarter action.
All right, there it is. San Diego assuming more control, as you can see. Although Miami still dominant in possession time. But that doesn't tell the story of capitalizing on opportunities, which San Diego did.
Interesting piece of data here. The Dolphins coming into this game converted only 36% of the third down plays. In this game, they converted 69% of the third down plays.
This ball marked back close to the 30-yard line, third down and 2. A tough 2 yards for Miami. An easy 2 yards as Robisky just popped in behind Kuchenberg, gets the first down. He's all the way down close to the 15-yard line.
So the other man from LSU shows exactly why Shula got him when Oakland released him.
Watch 67 Kuchenberg. He's been doing this for a lot of years. Great big gaping hole. You've seen Zonka run through those holes for years. This time it was Robisky. Big third down play. Now the Dolphins up to about a 70% conversion on third down.
You know, people don't talk a great deal about offensive linemen because their job is kind of anonymous, but Kuchenberg for years has been doing that kind of a job. He's been in the Pro Bowl as a tackle. He's been there as a guard, and he's performing well tonight. First and 10, the ball at San Diego's 16-yard line. Robisky left side again and just bulling his way down around the 12-yard line for a pickup of 4.
He really is pulling his way, as you said. Another interesting thing about Kuchenberg, Frank, he's a Notre Dame, and they're usually highly publicized men as such. Kuchenberg never has been.
Never. He was a free agent. He wasn't even drafted.
Bob Lilly, who I consider one of the truly great defensive linemen ever to play this game, told me some years ago that the best guard he'd ever played against was Bob Kuchenberg. That's some compliment.
Not a bad sideline quarterback calling the plays tonight for his young quarterback, David Woodley. Second down, long 6. Charger appeared to be offside. Woodley will get a free play. And this one should come back. It was picked off there by Glenn Edwards. And I think you saw the movement, and unless the Charger was drawn off by illegal motion, it'll be brought back. There's the indication.
That was clear on your picture from the beginning. No surprise there.
Shula is calling Bruce Hardy over instead of wigwagging the play in. He'll be able to tell Hardy. Hardy will take it in.
Howard, what do you think Strock is telling Shula? What could he tell Shula?
I don't know. Maybe
Shula might be asking him.
Interior lineman on defense, offside, still second down.
Maybe Strock saw Herrera helping Patera in the new tandem coaching combination in the National Football League this past Monday night. It's the only way Strock's going to get on the scene.
Strock has been carrying a clipboard for 7 years. He ought to be able to handle it. Second down. A little less than 2 yards for the so. He is going to be close to a first down.
I think he got it. He edged that out. I think well, that depends on placement by the official.
I'll tell you, guys, I'm impressed with Gio Quinto. Very functional football player. He plays well on special teams. He's caught the ball tonight, and he's run well.
And he just picks up the first down. It'll be first down and goal. The ball at the 6-yard line. 12 minutes remaining here in the game.
Really impressive the way this Miami team doesn't fold. On the surface, they appear outmanned.
12th play of this drive. Chargers on top, 24-17. Del Williams. Williams struggles inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line, where it'll be second down and goal.
I don't think we can overemphasize the importance of this drive for the Dolphins as well as the Chargers.
Once again, he ran behind Kuchenberg.
I think it's going to be tough to get in there running. I wouldn't be surprised to see Woodley bootleg the ball out, some kind of rollout, to have the option of run or pass.
Here come all the receivers for Miami. Cephalo is in. Bailey, 88, is in. Nat Moore is there, number 89. And, of course, Tony Nathan working out of the backfield, number 22. Second and goal at the 4. Woodley. And Woodley gets inside the 3-yard line, where it'll be third and goal. Tried to throw the ball, could not find an open receiver. A credit to the defensive unit of the Chargers. Bob Horn made the stop, along with Leroy Jones.
Frank, this game has some of the flavor of that remarkable Houston 35, Miami 30 game of 2 years ago at the Astrodome. We could still be up to that kind of score before we're done.
This is an interesting call by Shula. What is he going to do? He's got his big men back in. Got the 2 big tight ends. I think he's got to throw.
Trubisky. And he's whacked. So it's going to be fourth and goal from about the 2-yard line.
Well, all right. Does he kick it? What do you think? I think he goes for it.
Well,
he's going to say timeout.
10 minutes and 6 seconds, plenty of time. I think he's got to kick it.
He wants to check the catalog. He moves over and says, "What do you think, Don?" There's Don. Don said, "Well, let's get him over and chew the fat with him a little bit." And here comes David Woodley.
This is no clear-cut, easy decision.
A little more than 2 to go on fourth down.
With 10-6 left, Fran, I suggest you must take the 3. Put the points on the board, hold them, and then, bang, you go ahead with a touchdown.
Man, you've been in these huddles so many times. What exactly goes on right there?
Well, you've got the guy up in the press box talking down to you. You're all throwing out your ideas of what you could call, what kind of play, what are your options. Do you have a real special short yardage goal line play that you think you have a good chance of getting into the end zone? I think that's what they're talking about now. If they feel they've got a real good play that they haven't used tonight to get in the end zone, I think he'll go for it. If he doesn't feel that play, he'll kick it. Now, Howard, if he had the superior team tonight, which I do not think he does, the Chargers are the superior team,
Now that makes...
I think that he would kick the field goal. He's not going to get down there maybe never again. If he doesn't make it, the Chargers are still in the hole. He's got a chance to hold him. He realizes he needs a touchdown much more than the field goal. I think he'll go for it.
Woodley comes back into the lineup. Don Strock had his jacket off. Of course, he's the holder on a field goal attempt.
I think Shula agrees with it.
Fourth down and goal to go. The ball right at the 2-yard line.
He's going to probably fake a run, roll out, and throw. I think he is going to throw.
He might bootleg it.
He could, but he's going to fake a running play first, probably. Let's see.
Trubisky. Chargers say no, he did not get in, and San Diego will take over inside their own 1-yard line.
Seems to me they spent a lot of time on a routine play.
Well, there was a trap play. It's not a bad play in that situation. You're trying to break the seam up the middle.
If we worked all night.
Yep, and if we think they're going to pass, so does San Diego. It wasn't a bad play.
And San Diego will start inside their own 1-yard line. Tough duty for them. We'll be back in a moment. Starbright.
This was in the back of Shula's mind, of course. Then San Diego trapped deep in their own territory. But we'll pick up in a moment.
Fouts trying to get a little area in which to operate. Bowls his way out close to the 4-yard line. Got a little more out of that than I think Fouts probably thought he would.
I think so, too.
But, Fran, you talked about a rollout. I talked about a possible bootleg. It seems to me when you're in 4th down, you're going for touchdown, you got to call a play that leaves you an option.
Well, you got a running quarterback like Woodley, you could, but who's the question, Shula? I have a hard time doing that.
2nd down, 7. Clarence Williams pile up at the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 6. Again, a reminder, college football coming your way on Saturday. 12 o'clock Eastern now will be the start, and it's a doubleheader. The regional coverage will begin first. Michigan, Ohio State, the Rose Bowl on the line there. Oklahoma, Nebraska, the Orange Bowl on the line there. Yale at Harvard. If Yale can beat Harvard, they win the Ivy League championship. So check the listing for the game in your area, and that'll be followed by USC versus UCLA. College football at its finest right here on ABC.
And how about
3rd down, 6. And Fouts gets the 1st down. Winslow out to the 13-yard line.
And Gift, you know how close last little bit came to intercepting that ball? That was close.
But it worked. It was a big play. It was a venturesome play. And that's why you can't count on trapping the other team deep in its own territory.
Well, he put it down there low enough where it was just a tussle. Winslow coming up with it. Winslow 6'6", 250 pounds. He's going to be a great one. Already is. First and 10 on San Diego 13. Here's Muncie. Muncie trying to run through Beaucamper. You can forget that.
Look at the size of Kim. He is huge.
Muncie gets a yard and a half. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
I was about to say a while ago, guys, we're talking about the college game. How about them Dogs? Number 1 team in the country.
Both wide receivers. Jefferson, Joyner, top of your screen, and Jefferson comes back towards you. Draw play, Williams. Flag goes down as Williams is over the 15 to the 16.
Face mask. It is. It's a big break for the Chargers.
Referee Gene Marth and his crew doing a fine job tonight. Had a couple of ticklish calls. They were right on the spot.
Personal foul, face mask, 5-yard penalty only, 1st down.
It's the 1st down that matters. Now that is long overdue in this town.
Well, maybe premature.
No, maybe so in a sense, but you know what I mean.
There you go.
1st down, 10. Following the face mask, 5-yard penalty. This is Muncie. He gives it up again, but they say no, he was down at the 20-yard line of scrimmage, and that just about was another turnover.
As we watch this play, Fouts is going to hand to Muncie, running the ball out. Let's watch the fumble. He's carrying it loosely again. He really hasn't got it tucked away yet. He's going down, and he really doesn't get hit. The leg of his teammate hit the ball a little bit. The surprising thing to me here is that Fouts is trying to run the ball out. He's been successful so far. I thought he'd be throwing the ball more down in this part.
Well, what's Muncie doing running left and carrying the ball outstretched in his left hand? Should be hugged in his right hand.
2nd down and 11. Flag is down, and it's holding. It'll be holding in all probability as Joyner gets yardage out to the 36-yard line.
When I said he was running left into outside linebacker in that position. Otherwise, ordinarily, he would carry it in his left hand. But then he should have transferred it to the right hand before the apparent tackle.
You know, the thing that happens, Howard, when you get the reputation like that, every second defensive man on the tackle goes for the football.
But
Illegal use of the hands, number 60 offense.
But you know, Giff, he really hasn't been stripped yet. He's really just caused the fumble himself when he's hit the ground while falling on the arm that he's got the ball in. Or the hand, not the
Ball backed up to the 10-yard line. 2nd down, a little more than 20. 7:05 remaining in the game. The Chargers over the Dolphins 24-17. A must-win game for the Dolphins. Mike Thomas. It's a good block from Ed White, but he's hammered there by Ernest Roan, number 55, and a little slow in getting up.
This is not the personality of Dan Fouts we're seeing right now. Not the personality of the Charger offense. They're much more aggressive than this normally. I'm really quite surprised they're not putting it up.
It'll be third down at about 19. Jefferson split out to the left by Dan Fouts. Ron Smith split to the right. Mike Thomas taking a step back. Winslow, Joyner in the slot. There comes Mike Thomas. And Mike Thomas goes down in the arms of Glenn Blackwood, and San Diego will have to punt. And in all probability, Miami will have fairly good field position with 6:10 and the clock ticking away the seconds for the Dolphins.
You're absolutely right, Fran. They didn't play their usual game, and they may yet pay for that.
Tony Nathan dropping deep, and Rick Partridge out to do the punting. Partridge puts the ball high in the air. He came from New Orleans at the beginning of this season. Kicks the ball high. And he kicked it high and short. It does take a San Diego bounce, and it was taken there in a rather risky area by Glenn Blackwood, but he keeps the ball from going further downfield. It stays in Charger territory inside the 49-yard line. So the youngster from LSU, David Woodley, gets another crack in San Diego territory. So Frank Gifford along with Howard Cosell, Fran Tarkenton, watching an interesting series a moment ago on the part of quarterback Dan Fouts, who is way under his seasonal average of 300 yards per game. He has completed passes, good for 173 yards. Miami now at the Chargers 49-yard line. First and 10. Matt Moore in motion. Woodley calmly hits Nathan down to the 44-yard line. Gain of 5. It'll be second and 5. Mike Williams coverage there for San Diego, and slow in getting up is Mike Williams. Mike Williams walked off the field. He appears to be all right. Came off under his own locomotion. Mike Fuller has moved out replacing him, but he appeared just to have the wind knocked from him. Second down and 5. Miami at San Diego's 44-yard line. Woodley moves around, finds a receiver. Flag is down. Well,
and it's going to be on the defense.
It's going to be a personal foul, a little late hit on David Woodley. He was scrambling around there. It's kind of a tough call when your quarterback is bouncing around like he is.
And they're going to call it on Leroy Jones. Watch this guy, though. He knows how to move around. He's looking down the field all the time, not really looking to run. His vision is down the field. It's the way it should be. And he gets hit. That's a close call. I'm not sure.
It really was.
Personal foul, 68 defense. He speared the quarterback with his head. First down.
Okay, spearing, I'll take that call. I remember the Doug Frank incident and how Williams ran all the way down the field.
Well, let's watch it. See if he does spearing. He's got to hit him right in the back with his helmet. I think he hits him with the shoulder. I think the helmet is on the left of him. I don't see the helmet into his back.
First and 10 Miami. Ball on the 18-yard line of San Diego. David Woodley unhappy about someone. His center, Mark Dennard, might have complained about maybe some stick-em on the ball or something like that. It's going to be replaced.
And he's going to have to hurry because he's only got 9 seconds on the clock, and he's got to get it off in a hurry.
Del Williams. Leroy Jones turns Del Williams back into the inside, and down he goes, losing yardage all the way back to the 29-yard line. It was Gary Johnson who made the stop, but it was Leroy Jones who played off the block of Luxo and forced Del Williams to try and get back to the left.
And I'll tell you, Leroy Jones is an angry man. He thought it was a bad call on him. And he came across the line like a shot and caused a 10-yard loss or more.
And what a key play that was, with overtime staring us in the face.
Second down, 21. 29-yard line. The Chargers. 24-17. San Diego over Miami. Woodley bounces off. And fires the ball deep downfield. He bounced off Charlie DeJournay, found Jimmy Cephalo, and this is an athlete, folks.
Well, let's watch this play, but think about the new rule protecting the quarterback. Now, should the whistle been blown there? He's in the grasp of the defensive lineman. Could have been. But Woodley makes a great play. He gets out of the trouble, throws a strike to Cephalo.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 10. Cephalo split out to the left, Matt Moore to the right. 3:35 and the clock is ticking away. Seconds for Miami. Maybe on their season. Woodley. Too late. The decision made to run. And Woodley gets to the 15-yard line where he's barreled under. It'll be fourth down at the 15, fourth down and 8.
Forget the impressive thing about Woodley. Most young quarterbacks who have the ability to run come up and they look to run too quickly. Woodley is all the time looking down the field to throw the ball. That's what a veteran normally does. It's very impressive.
Woodley wants timeout on fourth down and 8. We understand that. But that reduces the Dolphins' timeout to 1. And you see a bunch of tired San Diego Charger linemen. They've been chasing this man all night. And keep in mind, they had a delay last night flying in. They did not arrive in Miami until sometime around 2 o'clock.
They didn't get to bed till 3, and it shows you can't predict. The surmise would have been that they would be the more tired team.
A week from Sunday, the San Diego Chargers will have the Eagles at home. Not an easy one for either one of them. And a week from Sunday, Miami will play at Pittsburgh. Fourth and 8. Woodley, complete. Down around the 2-yard line, Jimmy Cephalo went high up in the air. He took the ball right in front of Jerome Dove with a great catch and a brilliantly executed pass by David Woodley.
And remember, that's the cornerback where Mike Williams was just injured a while ago. Jerome Dove had to move over. But Cephalo does some job here. Watch the moves he makes. He pushes him down the field, comes out, watch the throw. Right on the money with a lot on it. Boy, I'm telling you, we have got a some ball game, and Mr. Woodley is playing.
And it'll be first and goal to go again for Miami.
When a guy comes back like that, and we've talked about the Gilman-type passing attack, you can't defense it. Not when a quarterback times his throw that way. Woodley is giving the nation a picture of a great young rookie.
Hand off Robisky. He's piled up, and he's inside the 2-yard line. Woodley now on the night, 20 of 28, 236 yards. It'll be second down and goal. The ball just inside the 2.
And they're going to run it down, give
They'll get it down to the 2-minute warning, and Woodley will have another chance to confer with John Shula.
How suddenly this young man stabilized us. Miami went to New York. We get the 2-minute warning. Was ripped by the Jets, really, and then suddenly it all came to him under Shula. We'll be back in a moment.
David Woodley comes back out to his offensive teammates, having visited with Don Shula. Don Strock, coaches on the line, and there's a young man, as Howard already talked to about earlier, out of Penn State. He came into tonight replacing Duriel Harris and only caught 6 footballs. But none has ever been bigger than the one he just caught a moment ago.
As I said earlier, he's just been waiting for Duriel Harris to get hurt so he could get his shot.
Second down and goal. The Dolphins have 1 timeout remaining, 2 minutes exactly on the clock. Motion is Hardy. Woodley. No. It'll be third and goal.
Well, as you look at the Dolphins side of the coin here, if they can be assured of a touchdown, it'd be better for them to do it on 4th down and run this clock down. Because if you give the Chargers a minute and 50 seconds or a minute and 30 seconds to come down the field, more than likely they will kick a field goal.
But remember, too, a moment ago or a few minutes ago, they had a first and goal and they did not get in.
That's right.
Remember, too, the way San Diego played on their last offensive series when the clock was working for them, and they played uncharacteristically on the rush and the rush alone.
Minute and a half remaining in the game. Third down and goal. 1 yard line. No raised arm, so it might come down to, well, the entire season might come down to this play, at least the hope for the Miami Dolphins. It's going to be fourth and goal, 1:25 on the clock, the ball inside the 1.
Little bit interesting, isn't it? There's a peaceful man, very tranquil.
Yeah. Well,
look at Shula. A cut of the jaw.
later in his career, David Woodley would have let the 30-second clock run down to the last 2 seconds and then call timeout, because this is his last shot at it, and if he does make it, they need to give the Chargers the least amount of time possible. But he didn't let that happen.
Those are things that you have to believe in watching this youngster perform tonight and in previous games through film, that he's going to learn and learn well. He's going to be around a while.
You know,
and of course, Don Shula bet on that when he drafted him in the 8th round. He released Guy Benjamin, who he had drafted a year ago, the All-American quarterback from Stanford, because he liked everything he saw about this young man when he came in as that 8th round draft pick, and as Fran mentioned, the 12th quarterback taken in the professional draft this year.
And a lot of people thought that Benjamin was ticketed as the Dolphins quarterback of the future. But no. David Woodley is.
60,000 plus the attendance here in the Orange Bowl tonight. More than anticipated. The game is not a sellout, so it was blacked out in the Miami area. Here it is, Fran. 4th and inches.
we've seen two quarterback sneaks. I would not expect to see it. I would expect to see Delvin Williams, the tailback spot, fly over. Let's see if he does.
Crowd at 1 on the feet. Touchdown, Del Williams, and you hit it right on the head.
Yes, you did, Francis. And the relief is etched in Shula's face.
And we are heading for a possible overtime. However, the Chargers have Dan Fouts, their gifted receivers, and 3 timeouts with 1:21 on the clock.
All right, here it is again. Lead blocker going Rubisky. Here comes Delvin Williams flying over. The reason this works, the defensive linemen have got to be low, cannot be pushed out. You've got the option to jump over. We've seen Sam Bam Cunningham do it. At Minnesota, Chuck Foreman did it a million times. Pretty big kick here, guys. Pretty big kick.
Rudy Von Schaumann. The man who centers the ball is Bob Kutzenberg. The man who will put it down, Don Schlock. We're tied at 24 with 1:21 remaining in the game.
What a football game, as we have said.
Del Williams piling over the right side to bring it to this. And hope remains for the Dolphins. In the Orange Bowl, and this crowd, still many of them on their feet, given one of the great thrills they've had this season. 4th down, inches. Del Williams gets it in. Conversion good. Tied up. 1:21 remaining in the game. San Diego has 3 timeouts.
And he's got a world of time to work with. 1:21 and 3 timeouts. The Dolphins are just going to have to shut him down if they hope to go into overtime.
Ron Schaumann to kick. Deep is Ron Smith. This is Mike Fuller. And Fuller stays on his feet, getting out close to the 29-yard line. And here comes the offensive unit for the Chargers.
A minute 15 left to go. Good run back by Mike Fuller. As Fran said, the mistake was made earlier when Woodley didn't let the clock run down. So, they can get to field goal position. They've got plenty of time to do it. Let's see if they can do it.
Jefferson right, Joyner left. Winslow in motion. Mike Thomas. He'll get a block. Out of bounds, out at the 42-yard line, saving a timeout. First down.
Minute and 7 seconds left to go.
Winslow with the block. And Fouts was able to preserve his timeout. He still has 3.
And as you sit up here watching this, the advantage is completely with the offense now, I feel, with a veteran quarterback like Fouts and the great receivers he has. And there's the kicker warming up.
He has kicked field goals of 53 and 52 this year. Winslow in motion. Good protection, and it's Jefferson down at the 42-yard line. First down again, San Diego.
They are almost within reasonable range for the foot of Berners-Lee now. A timeout taken.
With 59 seconds remaining. Offensive unit set to go. The San Diego Chargers, they have the first down. They're inside the 42-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. 59 seconds remaining in the game. All tied up at 24. 2 timeouts remaining for the Chargers. For Jefferson, and Jefferson well covered back there. The rookie from Alabama, Don McNeil, in perfect position. And Fouts, very wisely, the veteran that he is, threw the ball away.
What Danny's got to be concerned about here, he would like to get the ball down to at least the 20-yard line.
Exactly. Why? Because Berners-Lee has had a very uncertain year. Frank pointed out earlier in the game, before Berners-Lee connected on his field goal, that he had missed the previous 6. Had a very bad game against Kansas City.
52 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 10. Fouts tries to drill it into Jefferson. Defensively, it was Ed Taylor. Dolphins in their prevent defense.
And my friends, Danny Fouts is lucky here. This could have been an intercepted ball. He threw it well. But there's Taylor right there where he should be.
Now we come to 3rd down and 10.
And it has really come down to this for San Diego. 46 seconds left. There's Berners-Lee. And they are very far away.
And he needs a high percentage
I think
pass.
we're looking at 2 downs of offense. It would be a 57-yard field goal attempt from this point. 3rd down and 10. Winslow in motion. Fired, and it's not handled. Jefferson bobbles the ball. He had the first down inside the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Decision time for Don Coryell.
And he can't believe, Jefferson, that he didn't handle the throw.
Well, somebody made a good play on defense. It might have been Don McNeil, but he stripped Jefferson of the ball. A good defensive play. I think here they've got to go and try to get the first down. And if they miss and they stop the clock, the Dolphins have got a chance to come back.
They've got beautiful, beautiful position for them to get into field goal position.
Dolphins with no timeouts. 40 seconds on the clock. Joyner right, Jefferson left, Winslow in the slot. Now in motion. 4th down. Foul.
I don't believe it.
Going for all of it. Incomplete. 32 seconds on the clock. The Dolphins have the football. 1st and 10, their own 41-yard line.
I really don't believe that particular play. When he needs 10 yards for a first down to throw the ball deep down the field, a low percentage play. It stops the clock. The Dolphins have the ball on the 41-yard line with 32 seconds left. A chance to get a winning field goal.
Absolutely right. Totally right. It was crazy. It was just plain dumb. The only thing working for San Diego now is the fact that Miami has no timeouts left.
Another fine defensive play back there by number 28, the rookie from Alabama, Don McNeil. Again, good position. And here comes Miami. No timeout. And it's incomplete. Trapped there by Nat Moore, and you better believe that Don Shula has instructed David Woodley, go ahead and put it in the air, son, but don't get that thing picked off. We can win it in overtime.
Now, I'm telling you, Elmer Bailey's going back to the huddle. Shula's told him to tell Woodley something on that particular play, and you cannot see everything out there with the pass rush coming at you. Elmer Bailey was down the right sideline with nobody within 20 yards of him. Let's see if they don't come back and try to hit him.
They're setting in the same formation. Bailey split right, Nat Moore in the slot. Nathan the single setback. to the 50-yard line. 19 seconds and Miami cannot stop it. They'll have to fire it out of bounds to kill the clock. 10 seconds. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds. And we will have overtime.
Yep, you can forget it now.
Again, reminding you of the overtime. There'll be a 3-minute break. They will play one full quarter. If there is no score, the game will be a tie. Otherwise, it is a sudden win situation. Each team with 2 timeouts.
All right, now at this time, the Atlanta Falcons did it a couple of years ago against the Saints. They call it Big Bend right and Big Bend left. You line your 3 receivers up one side or the other. You go back, you let them run down to the 5-yard line, and you throw it up and hope to get a tip or a defensive pass interference. And they're doing it to the left side.
The game cannot end on a defensive foul. And Whitley cannot get it off. Time has expired, and we are in overtime. Charles Dejanet in there first on David Whitley. And a crowd of over 63,000 rises to their feet to salute this young man. Both teams will regroup on the sideline. And we'll be moving into a quarter of overtime. We'll be back in our sudden death period after this word from our local station. Returning to football, Miami kicking off. Again, reminding you, each team will have 2 timeouts during this period. And should it happen, as it did one other time already this season, it's a scoreless quarter. It will be ruled a tie at the end of the quarter of play.
That happened, Frank, in the Green Bay-Tampa Bay game. Green Bay had played an earlier overtime game, opening game of the year, with the Chester Markle kick that hit a defender, came back to Chester. He ran left for the touchdown. They won. We've had a very recent overtime game. We've had 6 in all this year in the league. The most recent, that stirring comeback by Atlanta over St. Louis. There are the fourth quarter statistics. And look at the difference in time of possession. That has to be the determinant in bringing Miami back.
10 minutes of that was spent inside San Diego's 10.
You know, it used to be, Giff, in this situation, the advantage in overtimes went to the receiving team. It hasn't really been that way this year, but I really think it is the advantage to the receiving team. The defenses have been out there for 4 quarters. They're a little tired, but the San Diego offense, from the middle of the 4th quarter on, has been sputtering.
Very questionable strategy. It's easy to second guess, but we commented on the time, at the time.
All right, Von Chaman, who has already kicked a 48-yard field goal tonight, will kick off. Ron Smith is centered for San Diego. He indicates he wants Mike Fuller to take it, and he does so at the 7. And Fuller gets out to the 27-yard line. Respectable return, and here comes the San Diego offense. I touched on that because Von Chaman and both Benershka can kick the ball a long way. Benershka has kicked 2 over 50 this season. We've watched Von Chaman of Miami kick one of 48 tonight. Both of them have kicked much further in their careers if you go back to college days. 27-yard line, San Diego. Winslow split out to the right, joins Joyner, and now Joyner's in motion. Screen, Winslow taken out of bounds defensively by Don McNeil, who's played a tremendous football game, this rookie from Alabama tonight. He has been absolutely perfect in his pass coverage.
It's interesting the strategy of the Chargers here. You'll notice that Muncie is not in the game. I think they're scared of this fumbling. They're going with 3 wide receivers. They're keeping Winslow in the game and only 1 remaining back. It says to me, Dolphins, we're going to throw the ball. You're going to have to beat us at our best.
Interesting, the wide receiver is Winslow. McCrary is in there at the tight end. That'll give you the idea of what they respect from Winslow, the big man who can run like a flanker. 2nd and 3. Flag is down. May have been a collision downfield.
Charlie Joyner was interfered with. They're going to call defensive holding or defensive pass interference. Chargers will get an automatic first down.
Joyner called it immediately, but he didn't have to. The official saw it. Watch.
Here he comes. And there's the hole. Ernest Roan, who's played pretty good tonight.
Joyner made sure it was dramatic.
He did.
Defensive holding, 55. First down.
Ernie Roan filling in tonight for Larry Gordon. Ball is advanced to the 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Remember, first team in the score wins. Again, San Diego doesn't have that far to go to field goal range.
Complete. Goes out to Jefferson. He has the first down, and all of a sudden, San Diego is in Miami territory inside the 49-yard line. We want to remind all of you that tonight on ABC News Nightline, immediately following your late local news, a look at the Reagan administration and its plans for social programs over the next 4 years.
Anymore. They got too many guys that can get down the field quickly. They have to play them more single.
Winslow, 250 pounds, just bulls his way down around the 42-yard line. Gain of 7.
He is a hoss, isn't he?
You know, and he can run like a deer. It's just amazing. He's 6'6".
You may be right,
pounds.
Frank. In the long run, he may surpass the likes of Francis and Casper. He's got that kind of ability.
Started out a year ago and broke his leg in the 7th game as a rookie, number 1 draft pick out of Missouri. But he had 25 receptions in the previous 6 games. And he is leading the AFC right now as a receiver. 2nd and 3. Mike Thomas. Nope. That's it at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play. Ortega was there. Roan was there.
Well, the weakness of that formation is that you don't run very well from it when you put all the people and spread them out all over the field. And they came up with a 2nd and 3 and tried to run out of it, and they didn't make a thing. Now they're 3rd and 3 or 4. They're going to have to throw again.
Obvious passing down when a pass on 2nd down would have been very, very good call.
And I think he'll keep the pass under 6 or 7 yards. He's not going to go way down the field.
Jefferson right. Corner left. Winslow in motion. Foul. Joyner out of bounds. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Well, he did go long again. I'm telling you, it's just a dumb call.
I don't believe he wanted to go there. He looked out in the flat to Thomas. Thomas was picked up. And the next receiver in his line of sight was Joyner.
Well,
good defensive play for Miami. That's credit there.
All right, I'll give you that benefit of the doubt, Skip, but you're just throwing a low percentage pass when you're throwing the ball down the field. You've got to have a design play to your back, to your tight end, inside of 6 yards to get a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Partridge puts it up high, hoping it'll stay on the field of play. It does not. And Miami will have their first possession in overtime from their 20-yard line. Miami quickly. Saturday, college football coming your way. Williams in there, number 24. Terry Rubisky, 38. Those are your setbacks. They're right back the way we started the game tonight. Matt Moore, 1 wide receiver, 89. Jimmy Cepolo, 81 the other. Ronnie Lee, 86, the tight end. Cepolo in motion. Ball is dribbled between the legs of Woodley, and Del Williams picks it up. And there'll be a loss of about a yard.
Yep, interesting change up on defense for the Chargers. They've taken Big Louis Kelcher out, and they put in Big Wilbur Young, number 99, who I would guess they think might be a better pass
rusher, without question.
And DeJournay is in there for Fred Dean, as he has been throughout most of the 4th quarter.
Well, I know DeJournay is a fine football player and a good pass rusher, but Fred
He
Dean
doesn't have Fred Dean's quickness. Dean must be tired.
or hurt.
He's been out for some time. He may have been shaken up. We've had no report, however. 2nd and 11. Woodley. And Woodley fires it complete to Nathan. Short of the first down out at the 25-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. Hal Springer defensively there for San Diego.
This is a big, big down for Miami.
I think she's listening to Saturday Night Fever or something.
She is praying.
She is ever more praying.
Fred Dean now comes into the ball game. DeJournay goes out, so we know that Fred Dean is all right. 3rd and 5.
He'll go to a
gets the first down. He knew exactly where he had to go. He did a hook slide out over the 30. First down, Miami. He's quick.
He's not only quick, but what I'm impressed with right there, Don Shula, has really taught this fellow well. He has trained this quarterback and brought him along. There he is back in the pocket, all kind of pressure, steps up, now takes off the run, knows how far he's got to go, and watch the hook slide. Not all bad.
He got away from Wilbur Young and Leroy Jones.
We have used 4.5 minutes of overtime. Miami, first down. Ball at their own 32-yard line. We're tied at 24.
He's got a man.
Whitney. Incomplete. Ronnie Lee, intended receiver, and he was there.
Yes, he was, but if you're going to miss him with a throw, he missed him in the right place. He doesn't want to, he wants to protect the ball, and he did. Here's Ronnie Lee coming down the field. Making a corner move. He's in between the two defensive backs and just off his fingertips. Wasn't a bad throw.
Back to second down and 10. As Ronnie Lee came up a year ago, beat out Loaird McCrary. Third round pick out of Baylor.
Not a bad down for a draw or a trap up the middle.
Rabinski tries the middle.
I think I'm wired.
You're on target.
Must be wired into somebody's headset.
No, he knows how to call plays. He always did. That's why he took a week off and made himself the holder of every pro passing record there is.
Third down 5 now for Miami.
Somehow you get the feeling that some way this kid Woodley is going to do it with Dunn calling the plays.
He really did. Watch for his back to him.
Wilbur Young making the move. And Woody Lowe.
Just the opposite.
Woody Lowe, key interception all the way down to the 12-yard line.
With that suddenness, a total turn in the flow.
What a face.
Tremendous defensive play by Lowe. Woodley had to throw the ball a little late. The reason for that was the pressure from the defensive line. If he had not have had the pressure, he could have thrown the ball quicker and on time. He had to wait a little too long. Here he goes. The pressure will come from his left. He's going back to pass. He had to step away from Wilbur Young, which made him lose a second or two. It gave Woody Lowe the time to come in and make the interception.
Woody Lowe will do it to you. This is his third of the year. He did it 5 times last year.
And guess where school Woody Lowe's from? Alabama.
Is just about 5.5 minutes of the overtime. The first down is at the 12-yard line of Miami. Mike Thomas. And you better believe in the huddle, he is being told to hang on to the football because Miami will be tackling it.
Hello, Woody. Yeah, we saw you.
I must say that last pass of David Woodley's was a little behind the receiver.
And it was late. And it was late because Wilbur Young put pressure on him. Now, in this situation, many people play for the field goal. I think they ought to go ahead and try to score. A field goal is not a sure thing.
Second down, 7. Mike Thomas, he's not playing field goal, gets inside the 5. The Chargers can get a first down at the 2-yard line, and it'll be third down and 1. Don Coryell, this game will get to you, pal.
Yes, it will. The pressure on these coaches, these players, is unbelievable.
That came from nowhere. Just when we had the feeling that Woodley was going to do it. You agreed with me.
Yes.
Back.
Yes.
That suddenly the game turned.
That's what makes it a tough game to call.
Third, more than 1 to go, and we'll see the field goal unit. Coming across the line of scrimmage, linebacker Ernest Roan, and out comes the field goal unit. That, of course, Rolf Paderska.
And gang, it's a 27-yard field goal. Now, the odds are that he's going to make it, but it is no sure thing.
See, I happen to agree with you. A quick pass to the tight end in the corner.
Interesting, too, they have just activated a new center. Ralph Coretta will be centering. 28-yard attempt. The holder. Fuller gets it down. This game is history. The San Diego Chargers move their record to 8-4. They stay a half game behind the Oakland Raiders, and for Miami, they drop to 6-6. And a super football game, great to watch, and for this man who has put together a new football team, if you will, a night's night for this man, a good night. Don Shula, you saw the disappointment etched on his face when David Woodley, under pressure from Wilbur Young, fired the interception that Woody Lowe brought back, which ultimately turned into the 28-yard Benershka field goal that wins the game for the Chargers 27-24. That's the final score. Remember to stay tuned for ABC News. Travel arrangements made through. And a promotion will be paid by United Airlines. United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. That's what friendly skies are all about. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television. San Diego 27, the Dolphins 24 will be in New Orleans Monday.